All right, are we up? I think we're up. Okay. So, before the chat starts pulling in, I want to go ahead and say, for those of you viewing in the future, this is not going to be a very entertaining thing. This is more so just, kind of chilling, interacting with chat a little bit today. So, sorry for those of you watching in the future. If you want to, if you want to watch it, keep watching. But otherwise, this is definitely a very live stream. But anyway, so what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be ranking Mario Party minigames, as you can probably tell by what's on screen. I apologize for the utter silence apart from my voice. You know, don't worry, I will put on some music. I'm gonna put on the Mario Party soundtrack while we do this, and I made sure to test the audio so that it wasn't too loud or too quiet. But you all can tell me if there's an audio imbalance. But yeah, we are not playing Mario Party today. We are ranking Mario Party. And I'm not going to do this with any other aspect of the game because the boards, I mean, quite frankly, this is the most boards I've ever seen a Mario Party game have, and even still, it kind of just doesn't feel like that much, I guess. I don't know. Not really something you could make a stream out of. Plus, I wouldn't exactly say I'm good enough with strategizing and all that to really be able to give my opinions on boards, but I do feel like I can give my opinions on minigames, of which there are 50 plus a few extras. As you will probably see in the bottom right corner, I decided to include the unused minigames from the game. Now, of course, I haven't played them, but I can pull up a little thing, read up on them, and we can try to figure out where they would probably place from there. And I do say figure out because I didn't write anything down about them. So for those who are wondering, I don't want to say I'm reading off of a script, but I'm going to be kind of I have a thing of notes and bullet points of just things I want to talk about with each and every mini game. And just to make sure I don't miss any points whatsoever. Uh, but I didn't write anything down for the unused mini games, of course. So those are going to be things that we are just going to talk about after I uh, read off what those mini games are like. I will not be playing each mini game on this stream, by the way. I kind of realized I probably should have that as a thing that I do before talking about each mini game, but I'm kind of stupid and lazy, and I had to do a whole lot of last minute setting up today, so playing mini games on stream is not going to be happening. We don't need another mini game stream anyway. If you want to know what the mini games are like, there's 2 mini game streams. Go watch them. But But anyway, hey everyone. I'm sorry I haven't said hi yet. I'm just kind of doing introductory stuff. But yeah, so I tried to have the minigames in order, or at least in the order that they're listed on the Mario Wiki website. I can't remember if this is the order they're listed in game or not. But Tier Maker kind of doesn't have a thing to actually properly set up in order. So they were just placed randomly. So I tried to rearrange them before the stream to put them back in order, but I'm sorry if they're not. There's not really anything I can do about that. Yeah, we saw the minigames. We're ready. Like how you planned this as a short stream because it's your first week at college, but then you probably spent 1.5 hours writing the script and 1.5 hours of stream today. Well, I mean, 1.5 hours of streaming is still shorter than most of my streams, so yeah, it's a short stream. But we'll see if it's actually an hour and a half. I don't know. I've got a few things to talk about with certain mini games, but again, I'm gonna ask all of you about stuff too. We can all talk about these mini games together. This is gonna be kind of like a discussion stream, sort of. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you can persuade me to move a mini game up or down a tier, then congratulations, you've got some real good persuasion skills. But anyway, how many mini games are in Mario Party 1 again? There's 50 plus 3 bumper ball. Three. No, hold on. Okay, there's 50 total. Just overall, there's 50. But there's 2 variations of Slot Car Derby, 3 variations of Bumper Ball Maze, and I don't know, probably some other variations of other minigames, but those aren't usually taken into account. So, but Slot Car Derby, you have to actually play twice on Minigame Island, and then Bumper Ball Maze is its own thing, so that's why that's 50. But anyway, It was a big 32 megabyte card. Yeah, there's more. You know, there's more mini games that you don't even have access to. Look in the bottom right there. But anyway, I actually don't remember. I actually saw videos. Those two last ones actually have video footage because they are playable. The other three do not. And I don't know what that second one that says now printing, I don't know what that one was, I guess. I'll have to look that one up again. But, you know, the rest we can describe. So anyway, are we ready? Are we ready to rank some minigames? I'm going to put on some music. We're going to put on Mario Party's music. Mario Party 1. By the way, since I only have one computer monitor, I'm going to have to, like, switch off of the streaming screen to do this. So let me know if there's ever, like, a visual issue at any point. And I'm not just talking about lag and all that, because, I mean, you know I'm concerned about that. But I also just mean, like, if things are ever off screen, let me know. Or important things. If important things are ever off screen, let me know, and I'll try to fix it. But anyway, I actually played Bubsy 3D once. What's Bubsy 3D? No, I'm kidding. I already know what that is. I've actually never played it, though. And I barely know anything about Bubsy. No, I'm thinking of Conquer. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Bubsy. Hey, gamers. Hey, Sly. Oh, my goodness. We got 2 people who are going to have real opinions on these games here. Well, 3, actually. 3. We have 3 people who are going to have real opinions on these games here. Maybe more. I don't know. All right, but anyway, let's cut the silence and cut the intro and all that, and finally put on music. All right. You don't want to play it? By the way, I can't hear the music, so it's still going to be awkward silence for me. But I hope y'all enjoy it, at least. I don't know. I can't turn my speakers on, or else my microphone's going to pick it up, too. All right. So first minigame. Where's my note thing at? Hold on. Let me pull up my note thing. Okay, so first minigame is Buried Treasure. First minigame. Jesus Christ, why was I scrolled all the way down? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Almost there? Got it. Alright, so Buried Treasure. First minigame we're ranking today. Now printing is my favorite minigame. I agree. Alright, so Buried Treasure, I would say it's a very cool concept for a minigame. I like the idea of, like, you just have to, like, dig through this dirt and be the first person to get the treasure chest. It's a little bit more weighted in favor of people who are good at mashing, because you do move faster the faster you mash. Or at least, for the most part, you kind of do. But I mean, it's cool. Also, I didn't put this in the notes, but I do like the detail that digging through rock is actually slower than digging through the dirt. But it's a very nice and quick minigame, but I also feel like it's kind of... God, this silence is deafening. I've got to, like, plug in earbuds or something and play the soundtrack on my phone, too. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a nice and quick minigame, but it feels kind of luck-based, since the treasure chest could end up literally anywhere. Or, well, mostly anywhere, I guess. And the arrows, they only kind of vaguely point in the direction of the chest, which is fine, but that's kind of weird in my opinion. But, you know, if you're on the complete opposite corner of the board from where the chest is, screw you, you're not getting it. Probably. You're probably not getting it. So, I would say Buried Treasure, our first minigame. Probably just B tier, honestly. It's not really anything exceptional, but it's a good minigame. It works. What do y'all think? Buried Treasure sucks because it's completely luck-based. Not completely. There's more luck-based ones in here, and I've got a lot to say about them. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's B tier. If y'all want me to bump it down to C, I'll bump it down to C. Otherwise, I don't know. I think B tier is fine for it. Put it in D tier? Oh, I'm not going D tier. I'll go C tier at the lowest. B is fine. By the way, let me know if I'm too far away from the microphone. I kind of like leaned back and realized I was farther away than I usually sit. B is fine. Slam's desk? Okay. You know what? We'll do C. We'll do C tier. I'm not putting it in D tier because I think it's a pretty alright minigame. It actually works somewhat, unlike other minigames, which we'll get to. I like that there are signs underground. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? always got these signs just pointing toward the treasure chest. They're buried just like... I'm not gonna finish that joke, actually. That kind of hurt. But anyway. Okay. So next treasure-based game, we've got Treasure Divers! I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one, honestly. Like, I literally just wrote 4 quick bullet points down. It's kind of button mash heavy, but I mean, otherwise I'd say it's a pretty good game. Thank God it's actually somewhat quick and doesn't have you mashing the button for, I don't know, forever. We will get to that. But it's a coin minigame too, which is kind of fun. I'm gonna say A tier, personally. I mean, it works. I don't have any problems with it, personally. The starting positions can be a little whack, because like, everything that's swimming around can get in your way at the start of the minigame. But otherwise, it's fun. I like Treasure Divers. I think it's a fun minigame. It's not, like, anything that needs to be an S, but, I mean, it's fun enough. It works. It's a good minigame. Let's say A tier. How do y'all feel about A tier? Drowning minigame. No, you don't really drown in this one. I mean, you can, but you're probably not going to. Unless you're really bad. Anyway, I'm gonna put it in A tier. What do y'all think? It's a fair minigame, just kind of boring. Okay, well, that sounds like good reason to go into B tier. A, B? B would probably be better? Okay. Okay. C? C? Okay. Alright, I guess we're going down to B tier. A lot of y'all seem to like the idea of it being in B tier. Okay, Treasure Divers is a B tier minigame. B tier is going to be very full if we keep this up, because I have a lot of minigames that I put in A tier on the notes, but, oh well. Alright, Bob-omb. Fuck this minigame. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about Bob-omb. I don't like it. It's hot potato with a Bob-omb. That's fine. But it's just kind of boring. Because, like... It's not like you keep going until everyone's eliminated. It's just one person's out and they lose, and when they lose 15 coins, and they go to the other players, split up into 5 coins for each person who didn't get screwed over. And like there's not really anything you can do if someone passes the Bob-omb to you right as it's about to explode. Like there's nothing you can do about that. It just, I don't know, this minigame kind of sucks in my opinion. I'd put it in F tier easily. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, like, there's nothing you can do if someone passes it to you, like, right as the Bob-omb's hitting the thing where it's gonna explode. So, yeah, Bob-omb is really bad in this minigame. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in F tier. It's not a great minigame. This game is worth D, maybe F. I'm putting it in F tier. I don't think it's worth D. D minigames at least work somewhat. I don't think Bob-omb works at all. School starts tomorrow for you. Lucky you. School already started this week for me, but I'm also in college, so of course it was going to start on a Monday. Had to make sure I looked my Monday worst earlier this week because it was first day of the semester on a Monday. Okay. Oh, we got an interesting one up next. Musical Mushroom. What is the soundtrack one? I'm kind of curious. There's no reason for me to check. Oh, alright, cool. Musical Mushroom. This is a funny one. This is a very funny minigame. So here's the thing. Some of y'all are going to disagree with me on this. I don't think of this game too highly. Here's why. So, I think Musical Mushroom is a very cool concept. It's musical chairs, but you're platforming to a chest, and there's one winner. So, you know, it works. That is a very cool concept for a Mario Party minigame. I think that works very well. I think it was also executed extremely poorly. So, like, here's the thing. You can just hold in the direction of the chest while your characters are running around. Because, like, the way the minigame works, you can't move at all while the music is playing. The characters are just running on their own. And then the moment the music stops, like musical chairs, you make a run for it to the goal, right? Well, I mean, there's not really any running that you're doing in musical chairs, unless you're really competitive, I guess. But, you know, it's, you know, you make a run for it. But the thing is, it doesn't punish you for trying to hold in the direction of the chest before the music stops. Like, there's no punishment for that whatsoever. You can just hold in the direction, and then the moment the music stops, your character starts going toward the chest. Like, I don't think that was done very well. I feel like the minigame would be a lot more entertaining if you tripped for trying to move before the music stopped. So you had to, like, actually wait until it stopped and then go as quickly as possible, you know? And on top of that, the way the game board is designed, you have, like, this big mushroom in the center. This is the second thing. You have this big mushroom in the center and a bunch of small mushrooms on the side. So, like, the way it's built very much implies that you want to use the smaller mushrooms to platform onto the bigger mushroom, right? Wrong. You can just walk right around the small mushrooms and jump straight up onto the bigger mushroom. What? What's the point of the small mushrooms then? To be in your way, I guess? I don't know. Like, I feel like the way the game board is implied, or I'm sorry, the way the game is made, the way the game board implies you're supposed to get to the chest, the way the instructions imply you're supposed to play the game, do not match up with the optimal way to actually play it, you know? Like, I don't think it was built very well, and it's kind of, I don't know, what do y'all think? F, C, D, maybe. Musical Mushroom is fine, just doesn't really have any sauce. It's always the case in those animal tier lists. Really? Yeah, F. I'm thinking, hold on, what did I put down for Musical Mushroom? Oh, I put down should be F tier, but we'll go D tier because the concept is cool at least. So I'm probably going to go D tier, because we got some people saying C, some people saying F. The game would be better if it wasn't easy to just get to the middle platform. I agree! It would be so much better if you had to actually platform onto it like the board implied, but you can just jump straight up. Like, they should have made the middle platform higher, but they screwed it up. I don't like this minigame for that. They screwed it up. And also, I'm going to dock it one more point here. Not really. I'm not actually docking it a point for this. But Nintendo of America? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so here's the thing. In Nintendo Japan... No, I'm sorry. In the Japanese and European and PAL versions of this game, the music that plays in this minigame is called Move to the Mambo, and it's like that... I'm sorry if that clashed with the soundtrack just now. But, you know, that music works very well for this minigame. But in America, it plays... What was it called? Coins of the World, which is like that... Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, that minigame music. And I don't really get why they changed it, because Move to the Mambo worked much better. What was the point of getting rid of that track? It's not even like just this minigame. There are two minigames that music plays in. We'll get to the other one later. And they removed it from both. And the other one I'm kind of fine with, but this one? I don't know. I'll go D tier, honest. The song is different. Yeah! And it's like... I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm going D tier with Musical Mushroom. If y'all think it should go lower or higher, feel free to contest it. I'm going D tier. Wow, we're off to a great start. I have not put any minigames in A or S tier yet. I'm just criticizing all of them in some way or another. People would say I'm noob for losing to Gita in Pokemon. Huh? Alright, Crazy Cutter. There's not really a whole lot to say about this one, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a good game. It's a good game. It's a little weird on later consoles when you don't have, like, the notches in the joystick, but honestly, I feel like it's easier to actually move along the curve without the notches. It's just hard to actually stay straight without them. But that's not really a problem of this game. Not like they could know that they were gonna do that in, what? The era of the Wii U, I think, is the first time they did a controller without notches. Or maybe it was the Wii with the classic controller. I don't know. I don't remember. I know it wasn't the nunchuck. That one had notches still. But, I don't know. I also think it's kind of cool that you have to get 80 points to win, but the problem is that kind of removes from the feeling of competition, because all you have to do is just do well. You don't have to do better than anyone, you just do well in this minigame, and you're good. So... I don't know. I'm thinking like A or B tier, maybe. I do like it a bit more than Treasure Divers, I'll say that much. So if it goes in B tier, it's going above Treasure Divers, but I'm thinking like A or B tier. What do y'all think? S? S tier for Crazy Cutter? I mean, if y'all want, I'll put it in S. I think it's a good game. It's a good game. There's not a whole lot to say about it, but it's a good game. Skill check? I mean, yeah, I guess. But it's not really that hard to get 80 points. Like, at all. I don't think I've ever failed at Crazy Cutter. At least not in the first Mario Party. We're not going to talk about the top 100 and Superstars versions of these minigames, because we'll get to those when we actually play those games. For now, we're just talking strictly like the first one. It's a low S. Don't get me wrong. Okay. We'll go S, I guess. No A tiers yet, but we'll go S. So, Crazy Cutter. Oh, we got someone saying B? Oh, we got... Okay, hold on. It is a great minigame, yeah. I don't know. I do kind of just wish that there was a feeling of competition there, which is why I put it in A tier, because I don't really... When I did these notes, I didn't really put too many minigames in S tier. The only ones I did put in S tier were the ones I had absolutely no problems with whatsoever. Like, that's kind of how I treated S tier. Like, this minigame is literally perfect to me tier. So, I don't know. I mean, if y'all want, we can just kind of loosen up on S tier a little bit, but that's why I was like A tier for this minigame. I'll let you get your opinions in. And meanwhile, I'm going to go over to the next one. Facelift! This one's a good one. I like Facelift. I don't have any problems with this one. And unlike Crazy Cutter, there is a clear winner here. So, well, I don't know. Can two people win if they tie with the same score? I can't remember. I think they do. Yeah, I think if two people tie with the highest score, they win. But aside from that, you know, there's pretty much only one winner with Facelift. But, you know, really good game. It's very fun, in my opinion. It tests your visual comparison and, like, even visual memory if you were paying attention to how the face moved at the beginning. You know me. I love things that test, like, visual stuff. Those are some of my favorite minigames. But, you know, there's not really anything I can dock this minigame for. Because, I mean, I don't know. Some people could maybe see this minigame as being kind of boring. It's just kind of slow. And there aren't really too many facial structures that Bowser's face can be morphed into in this game. But, I don't know. Me, personally, I have no problem with this game whatsoever. I do like that there is actual competition here. And not just 80 points to win. But, because of that, that also means 3 people are losing their coins, probably 3 people are losing their coins if they get the Bowser version of this minigame. So, what do y'all think? I'm thinking S tier. I think it's an S tier. If Facelift wasn't super easy to cheese, I'd say S. You can cheese it? Hold on, what's the cheese? F? F for face? No. No, I'm not putting Facelift anywhere below B tier. Like, it may be boring to some, but, like, it's not... This minigame actually works. F tier is for games that don't really work. I ain't putting it in F, I'm sorry. A tier at the... Or, I'm sorry, B tier at the worst, but I'm not doing F. Oh, cool. Wario's Battle Canyon. Right as we're talking about Facelift. But anyway. I'm gonna go S. It's literally just go the furthest away from the point you can stretch it. There's no strategy. Not entirely. I think some faces do require some, like, middle ground type stuff, but... We'll go A. We'll go A tier. Yeah, let's do A tier. We're doing A tier. Finally, an A tier minigame. Hey! Ever listened to the Japanese OST for Castlevania 3? It goes hard. I've not listened to any of the music for Castlevania. I'm not very familiar with that series. I just know it exists. Ooh, Balloon Burst! Balloon Burst. It's an action minigame. There's no strategy for this one. I think it's a good game. It kind of, like... Okay, here's why I think it's a good game. So, this game could have been very annoying, very not so good, because the way it works is you kind of have to, like, go back and forth between A and B to push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up. But like, it's not like Mecha Marathon. No, I'm kidding. I don't really have any problems with Mecha Marathon, but we'll get to that minigame. I don't think it's one of the best ones. But anyway, that's Mario Party 2, actually. But, Balloon Burst, I think it's cool how... Okay. I think it's cool how with Balloon Burst, you don't just spam A and B. That would make this a pretty poor minigame. Instead, there's like a rhythm to it. You have to establish a rhythm, and whoever gets the rhythm down the best is the winner. It's not trying to go as fast as possible. It's trying to be like still kind of fast, but like on rhythm, so that you're not just like barely pushing down and up, like, you know. So I think it's A tier. I don't think it's the best minigame because there's not really a whole lot going on aside from that. Right, I forgot. This is the other minigame that has moved to the Mambo in every other version that isn't the American version. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't picture that in my head. This minigame, I will actually argue in defense of Nintendo changing the music to Faster Than All, because Faster Than All just sounds like so much more chaotic and like it just fits for Balloon Burst. I don't really think Move to the Mambo... I mean, it is a rhythm-based minigame, but I don't think Move to the Mambo works that well for it, personally. I think Faster Than All is a bit better, music-wise. It really, like, encapsulates the chaos. Balloon Burst B tier. Balloon Burst is fun. B? Really? I saw that so often now. When there's a version difference in games from EU and US, they always will see they will always use the US one because who cares about EU? I don't know. Cringe and unbased because Move to the Mambo is poggers. Move to the Mambo is good, but I think Faster Than All works better for Balloon Burst, in my opinion. By the way, let me know if the soundtrack runs out before the stream is over. I'll switch over to the Mario Party 2 soundtrack. But I don't know. I think Faster Than All just like thematically works for Balloon Burst better. But I will argue that Move to the Mambo is better for this one. That minigame. I forgot. Musical Mushroom. Musical Mushroom. But anyway. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm going A tier. I mean, my opinion only comes from the perspective of a spectator. No, I get you. I just wish they added it to more games. Move to the Mambo? Yeah, it kind of sucks that there's only like 2 minigames that it's on. Or 0 if you play the US version. Do either of the... No, they don't. No, neither of those 2 minigames come back in Superstars, do they? And if they came back in Top 100, it wouldn't matter because they butchered the music there anyway. It's kind of funny, actually, how Top 100 just mixes up minigame themes. Like, there's a... What was it? Like, the Mario Party 2 version of Bumper Balls, I think, in Top 100 uses a remix of a minigame theme from Mario Party 9 for some reason. It's bad. They mix up the music so bad in Top 100. But anyway, A works. Yeah, you know what? We'll agree with A. We can all agree on A, right? I wasn't going to put it in S tier. It's not an S tier game. But, you know. That's the wrong button. No, stop. 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 Get off my screen. Okay. Alright, Coin Block Blitz. How do y'all feel about this one? Before I say anything, I want to hear what y'all think of Coin Block Blitz. Before I say anything on my notes. The non-silence is non-deafening. Coin Block Blitz sucks. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay. This is the one with the hammer, right? No, Coin Block Bash is the one with the hammer. Coin Block Blitz is the 4-player minigame where you're, like, hitting the question blocks. Coin Block Bash is gonna be, like, all the way over here in the 1v3 minigames. That's the one with the hammer. I've got some opinions on that one, but, you know, I don't know. Some people might agree with me, some people might disagree with me on Coin Block Bash. But, Coin Block Blitz, it's just kind of okay. It's okay. Coin Block Blitz is, like, one of the most meh minigames to me, because, like, here's the thing. It's a good coin minigame. I think coin minigames are always going to get, like, a point from me, because I like coin minigames. They're fun. I don't think all minigames should be coin minigames, because that would suck. But, you know, I do think coin minigames are fun when they come around. for the most part. But, you know, the gameplay is kind of engaging, kind of not, though, because, like, there's not a whole lot happening with Coin Block Blitz, is my issue. Like, you kind of just go to the closest block that's on your corner, you hit it until it's out of coins. If it's 1 coin, screw you. But, you know, you just move over to the next closest block that you think someone's not going to go for, and you keep going, and then you're down to, like, the last 1 or 2 blocks, and you're all just fighting to be the person under it. And with this game's jump physics and the way you interact with each other while midair, it sucks trying to get under the question block. I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, aside from that fighting, there's just not really a whole lot going on with Coin Block Blitz. And on top of that, it can be a little luck-based, too. Like, I think I had one instance where the 3 blocks closest to my starting point all had 1 coin. I was like, are you kidding me? But, you know, so there's a little bit of luck involved if you get a bunch of weak coin blocks placed by you. But I don't think that's really a massive issue, because the minigame in general is just alright at best. I don't know. It's not really the greatest. Think I use that site for Luigi's Mansion music? Yeah, I like to listen to the soundtracks on Kingdom Hearts Insider a lot, because there's no ads! I'm not paying for YouTube Premium. You can't make me. But, I'm gonna go down my own list, maybe on Friday or Saturday. CBB probably B for me personally. It's very simple but fun for me. Bash is just so much better. We'll see. But, okay, so, personally, I'm kinda saying Coin Block Blitz is... No. I'm saying Coin Block Blitz probably either B tier or C tier for me. It's, I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. Sometimes it feels B tier to me. Sometimes it feels C tier to me. Like, it depends on how lucky I am. But, no, it's just okay at best. So we'll do C tier. We'll say it's a C tier game. We'll put it above... We'll put it above Buried Treasure, because I do feel like it's not instantly over if things happen right next to you. But also, what's with the timer in Coin Block Bash? I just noticed, or I just remembered that. That wasn't in my notes, but I want to talk about it. You probably did. But, you know, that wasn't in my notes, but I kind of want to talk about it. So Coin Block Blitz and Coin Block Bash both have a timer of, like, what, 60 seconds or something like that? But in every 60 hertz version of the game, it doesn't matter. Like, the timer just... I get that there needs to be a timer in case everyone decides to just do nothing for some reason so that the game can actually end. But there was a point when I had all the computers set to human players and I was the only one playing, and for both minigames, I managed to get all the coins from every block before the timer was up. Like, it's a really lenient timer. I feel like it should have been lower, honestly. So much cool stuff is coming out this fall. Yeah, and I can't wait to stream it! Dude, I'm streaming Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm streaming Super Mario RPG. That's it, as far as new stuff that's coming out. But, you know, I'm also going to be streaming Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope after a year. And I'm also going to be streaming Mario Party 2 up next. And I'm also going to be streaming Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga 100% playthrough. More details on that, though, because there's going to be something special about that playthrough. But, I'm going to be streaming a lot of stuff this fall. I'm going to be juggling, like, 5 stream series at once. Probably 4, actually. I'll probably be done with Mario Party 2 by then. But, yeah, I'm going to be juggling a lot. Wish me luck. And hope my Ethernet port never suddenly poops itself. But, yeah. Okay, next minigame. Skateboard Scamper. How do y'all feel about Skateboard Scamper? I think it's B tier. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's B tier above. No, I'm not gonna put it above Treasure Divers. It's gonna be B tier below it. But my thing about Skateboard Scamper, I feel like it's a good minigame. I think it's engaging. I enjoy it. And I don't know, you are kind of mashing for a little bit, though. But guess what? Here's a trick. As long as you don't fall off the platform as it's disappearing, the mashing does not matter until after the final jump. And that's part of why this game is in B tier. Because, 1, the mashing doesn't matter until then. But 2, if you're good at mashing, you just win. Like, unless you're playing with other people who are also good at mashing, like, aside from when I was playing against very hard computers, I never once, or at least I don't think, sorry, once I, like, understood the trick to this minigame and kind of saved my energy for the very end, I don't think I ever lost the minigame, except for when I was going against very hard computers. Why are the very hard computers mashing so quickly on this minigame, by the way? I never managed to beat them. Skill issue, I guess. But I don't know. They don't mash that hard on certain other minigames, so I don't know why they mash so hard on that one in particular. But, no. I don't think Skateboard Scamper is the greatest. It's a fun and engaging minigame, but the fact that if you're really good at mashing like I am, you just win as long as you save your energy for that last part. Like, if you suck at mashing, you're not going to win. Like, just don't even bother. Get the coin bag in the middle of the course and drop. Like, it's just... I think the thing that bothers me the most is it kind of looks close, even though it isn't. Like, unless you're really falling behind, you know, no matter how hard you're mashing, it just looks close at the end. And there's no, like, visual indicator of who's in the lead, and it sucks. That kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. But I do think it is a B-tier minigame for at least being engaging and fun to play. It just kind of goes on for a little bit, and the mashing is kind of annoying. But, you know, I think B-tier. What do y'all think? Skateboard Scamper is B, Skateboard Scamper D. Ooh. D-tier Skateboard Scamper. Scott Pilgrim anime from Netflix comes out in November. Oh, really? Also, 5 coins, very easy. Yeah, the 5 coins is just easy to grab. And thank God, actually, that they put that in there. I will give them the point for that. That's another part of why it's in B tier. They actually at least put in a reward for people who made it halfway through the board, even if those people are literally never going to win because they're playing against someone that's good at matching. I do think that is a good plus, and you don't lose the coins or anything for falling off the platform. So, I don't know. We got a vote for B tier. We got my vote for B tier. We got a vote for D tier. I guess C tier. We'll average it out. We'll go C tier. We'll average... Well, thank you. Okay. It is above Coin Block Glitch, though. What's your opinion? God, okay. I need water. I've been talking too much. Hold on. I'm going to get a bottle of water. Okie dokie. C would be fine? Okay. C's fine, then. Alright, what is your opinion on Charles Martinet retiring from voicing Mario? I am happy for him. I'm happy that he actually got to retire on his own terms. I know there was that one interview where he's like, I want to keep voicing Mario until I drop dead, but I mean, when you grow older, it kind of sets in that you can't just do everything. Like, the older you get, the more your body, your voice, everything starts deteriorating, and it becomes harder to do voice impressions. There's no doubt in my mind that as Mario Ambassador, he will continue to do voice impressions, but he's, you know, I'm fine with him not voicing Mario and Luigi and Wario and Waluigi and Baby Mario and Baby Luigi anymore. Oh, and Womps, I guess? I don't know. And whoever else he voiced from the Mario series, like Mario's Papa. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy for him. I was kind of grieving over it, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to be grieving over it, but I started crying because I've just been seeing so much artwork and sentimentality and reminiscing and everything, and it made me feel like he passed away. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it did that to me, but it did that to me, and I started crying over it yesterday. But I'm doing better today now, and I'm happy for him. So, you know, here's to a new adventure! Alright. Box Mountain Mayhem. I don't like this one. Okay, well, not according to my notes, apparently. I don't know what I was on, but I put it in C tier in my notes. It's a D tier for me. I don't know why I put C tier. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read off my notes word for word. We're gonna find out. Kinda just don't care for this one. Okay, that's already D tier material. What were you thinking past me from a few days ago? Cool coin minigame, just kinda boring. You just punch boxes, or other people if they're in your way, and it doesn't knock them out of your way, it just punches them further into the box you're trying to reach, so that sucks. But you know, there's 2 boxes in Box Mountain Mayhem. I think it's 2 boxes, maybe it's 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2 boxes, though. There's 2 boxes in Box Mountain Mayhem that just have a whole bunch of coins. Like, I think 2 coin bags and a regular coin, or maybe it was 3 coin bags or something. Maybe it's random. I don't know. But there's just a bunch of coins, and then all the rest are either nothing or 1 coin. And some of them also knock you back, by the way. But, you know, 2 of those, I think, are the ones that have all those coins in them, because otherwise it would be unfair. You just get all those coins. But, you know, instead, you get knocked back. Those coins all spread out toward the other people. Probably. And you don't really get the coins from your box. That kind of sucks. That's kind of really annoying. This minigame is too luck-based. I don't like it. I don't know why I put it in C tier. I'm saying D, honestly. My body sure is deteriorating. Yeah, just talking about getting older. Oh, really? You saw that picture? Oh no, who died? Well, no. Here's the thing. I didn't think he died. I just saw a statement from Nintendo and I was like, uh-oh, what's this? So I read it and, oh, Charles Martinet is moving to Mario Ambassador. He's not going to be voicing Mario anymore, but he still will be involved. Okay. Like, I didn't think he died or anything. It's just the way everyone was treating it made me feel like he did. And I started, like, crying over it yesterday. But anyway. But yeah, no. D tier for sure. We got a vote for F tier, a vote for D tier, a vote for C tier, my vote for D tier. It all averages out. We're going D tier for Box Mountain Mayhem. And it is definitely below Musical Mushroom. I don't know what was wrong with me when I wrote those notes. Okay, Platform Peril. It's a good minigame. I'll say Platform Peril is a good minigame. I think Platform Peril is a good minigame. How much time is it? Oh, it's been 40 minutes. Oh, it's not going to be an hour and a half. I'm sorry. This stream is going to go on for like 2 hours probably. I've been spending too much time talking about other things. Other things? Other things. Sorry, I forgot how to speak English there. Anyway, Platform Peril. I think it's a good minigame. I have a bunch of other stuff written down, but I don't really... I don't know, I'm just kind of hesitant. So here's the thing. It's a good minigame. I think the obstacles are random. I could be wrong, though. I went on Models Resource recently to look at like sprites and models and things for... Actually, for this video project. Not video project, live stream. Though, I had no reason to actually go on Models Resource. I was just kind of exploring what was available after I finished getting all of these minigame icons. But, I don't know. On Models Resource, it was not randomly placed. There was like a pattern. But, I don't know, it feels randomly placed to me. So, feel free to correct me if it's not. But I'm going to assume that it is in-game. But, you know... It's kind of luck-based in the sense that, for one, there's just coins and coin bags randomly littered about. There's not really a consequence for losing, I think, because there are those coins and stuff there. So it would be kind of sad if you got a 5 coin bag and still lost 10 coins or something for losing. But, you know, so there are those, which is fine. Those are fine. But I do have some problems with this minigame, and that is, you know, for one... Sometimes you can literally just get a straight shot, or at least an almost straight shot. Like, that's what I had one time with this minigame. I think it was up until, like, maybe the second to last jump. I was able to just keep holding upright. Like, nothing was in my way. I was also playing with a non-notched controller, so maybe I wasn't exactly on a 45-degree angle. But, you know, I don't know. It feels like there's a little bit of luck involved. And also... This is a platforming minigame. So what really bothers me the most about this minigame is the way it finishes. Because it's not, here's the thing. The moment someone lands on the finishing platform, the minigame ends. You lose all control over your characters. Anyone who doesn't make it to the platform falls into the pits. And anyone else who makes it onto the finishing platform, well, they get nothing out of it. They get nothing. They get nothing for being almost first. So it's like on that last platform, you have to jump really early so that you land on the platform first, but not so early that you don't fall, which, fine, I guess. There's some strategy there, but it's more of an action minigame, I guess, which, I don't know. I'm not saying strategy shouldn't be involved, but it just kind of feels dumb that only literally the very first person who lands on the finishing platform can win that one, because especially sometimes you could just have a bunch of obstacles in your way, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's kind of unfair, you know? So, I don't know, A tier, maybe B tier for me. It's a good mini game. It's just I don't like the way it ends, and there is some luck involved. So I don't know. I personally think it should be everyone that lands on the finishing platform is the winner. That's how I think it should be. It's not like it's impossible for there to be multiple winners in Mario Party, so I don't understand why they didn't do that for this game. But you know, there have been decisions with the mini games, so you know. What do y'all think? I'm thinking A tier or B tier. We got message retracted as the first one I read. Platform Peril is A, honestly. I knew it was going to be 2 hours at least. Problem with it is it's highly dependent on what controller you use. Yeah, that too. If you're not using a controller that has notches, you're not going to be able to go at a perfect thing. Logan, it's just skateboard scamper, but you're more in control. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right. More than 50 mini games. You aren't just going to talk about them for just 1 minute, all of them. Platform Peril, I want to say B, but just personal enjoyment. No objective opinions here. Chance Time. No. Well, Chance Time is on this list in some form. We'll get to that. Anyway, I'm going to say A tier, honestly, for Platform Peril. It's not the worst, not the best. It's just kind of A tier. It's good. It's a good game. It's just the way it ends sucks. Yeah, you know what? We'll put it above Facelift. I like it more than Facelift. Okay. Mushroom Mix-Up. I'm not rating this one low like you might think I am. No, I'm not going to complain about this one, about skill issue or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to let skill issue impact my view of this minigame. It's an S tier. This is an easy S tier minigame for me. And here's why. So, the only things that I feel are wrong with this minigame are the fact that 2 or more platforms may look similar for colorblind people. They did fix that later on, but I have to judge it for that, like, in this one, because, you know, and, you know, he just holds up flags that don't really have specific mushroom patterns on them, so it's not like, I don't know. It's probably not the hugest deal, but just the fact that they can look similar, I could imagine, could be confusing for people who have some kind of color blindness, whether it's red-green, red-blue. I don't actually know the technical terms for them, I'm sorry. Or, I don't know, maybe 0.01% of people who have grayscale color blindness or something like that? I don't know. But the thing that really bothers me about Mushroom Mix-Up isn't even a problem with Mushroom Mix-Up itself. It's the physics of Mario Party. I don't know what it is, but I can never, like, I almost never win at this minigame because the jump physics in particular are really wacky in this game. It's, whenever you land on someone, you don't just, like, bounce straight up. You bounce in whatever direction you're currently either going or holding on the joystick. Holding does take precedence, but you know, and you can't really move a whole lot to adjust your jump after bouncing off of someone's head, and it's really easy to bounce on someone's head in this minigame whenever, you know, it starts going super fast and you start having to pretty much jump to make it onto each platform. It's not the greatest, and on top of that, hold on, you can also jump off of someone's stomach, I guess, and it gives you just basically this really small bounce and knocks you away. So if you're beaten to the platform, pretty much, when it starts going really fast, you just don't win. Screw you. But also, another thing about the jump physics, I'm not done talking about the jump physics yet. Another thing about the jump physics in the first Mario Party game that really sucks is that even if you don't bounce off of someone, if you come in contact, or if you brush against someone, or more specifically, I guess, if you collide with someone in midair, it kind of like, I don't want to say it bounces, but it like turns your trajectory back the other way. Like you start jumping backwards, like it pushes you back. And that makes this minigame really freaking difficult to win. Maybe it's a skill issue for me. Maybe I just suck at working with this game's jump physics. But it makes this game super difficult. And I can definitely see why it is in that difficult minigame path on Minigame Island. What is it, World 6? No, World 5? World 5. I think it's World 5. I could be wrong, though. But aside from that, though, it's a very fun minigame. I love Mushroom Mix-Up a bunch. It's actually one of my favorite minigames in the whole franchise. But, you know, I haven't played any of the GameCube games yet, so we'll see how that holds up. But for now, at least, it's one of my favorite minigames in the whole franchise. Clearly, it's one of Nintendo's favorites, too, because they brought it back as Hexagon Heat in Mario Party 2, and Hexagon Heat in the Top 100, and Mushroom Mix-Up in Mario Party Superstars. Like, it's just it's a good minigame. It's a very good minigame. I like it a lot. It's fun. and there's one winner. It doesn't end like after a timer or anything. It's whoever is the last person standing after everyone else falls in. That's the person who wins. Now, multiple people could fall in at the same time, and I think at that point it might end in a draw, or maybe it's just whoever lands in the water last. I don't remember. But, you know, I think it's a very good minigame. It is literally probably one of, if not my favorite minigame in the whole franchise. It is top of the S tier for me. I'm not debating, but I mean, you know, I'll read anyway. So, Mushroom Mix-Up is S. Easy. That one was fun. A. S tier. Colorblind people didn't exist back then. That's true. Ever seen the Pikachu VCR from the 90s? I have not. The remote is actually Pikachu plush. Really? Anyway, yeah. Top of the S tier for me. That is like one of the best minigames ever. And now we have to talk about Grab Bag. Grab Bag is alright. It's not horrible. But, you know. So, this is like another minigame that I'm just kind of meh toward. It's just, I don't know. For one, it takes place in the same room as another minigame that I really don't like. We'll talk about that one. I can't wait to talk about that one. I have a lot to say about that one. But, you know, this one, I'm very meh towards. It's like, I like the idea. The idea is kind of cool, you know? It's kind of like, what's that game called? Where you, like, attach a sort of monkey tail to your, like, in your pants, and you have to, like, chase each other around trying to pull the monkey tail out? That game is kind of like that game, except it's your coin bags, and you have to, like, mash on someone's back to get more coins out. You can get 1 coin or you can get 5, I think. I've never seen any more or just any other numbers. So I think it's just 1 or 5. And it's, I don't know. It's like you mash harder, you get more coins, but if the person who's getting stolen from mashes harder, then you might get less coins. I don't know how to... Am I bad at mashing? I don't think I'm bad at mashing, but I always get 5 coins taken from me no matter how quickly I mash there. So I don't know what the criteria is, or if there's like a specific way you have to mash. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button. I don't know. But the thing is, with people who aren't great at this minigame, me, but also not me, because I'm gonna be person B here. Let's set up a hypothetical. So we got person A, person B. Person A, not so great at this minigame. They're just kind of running around trying not to get taken from, and they're also really bad at grabbing other people's bags. Hey, that sounds like me, but that's not me in this case. I'm person B. Person B is chasing person A around, trying to get their coin back. They manage to get a hold of them. They mash. They get 5 coins, or maybe 1 coin, I don't know. Person A doesn't really move the best. Person B grabs again. They get more coins. Person A doesn't really move the best. Person B gets... You get the idea. You can chain it. If person A is not very good at getting away from you, you can chain it and just get more coins out of them. Like, it's kind of broken in that regard, and I don't think that's the greatest. I don't fancy the idea that you can just lose, like, 20 coins from a minigame. Maybe not 20, maybe more like 15. That's probably the average for people who aren't great at that game. I don't know. But I'm gonna say it's like it's a C tier minigame. Jesus Christ. All this talking. It's really killing my throat. But, you know, it's a very C tier minigame. I'm sorry for the repeating music, by the way. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Bowser Bash thinking about it and I don't like it, but I get why it's like that because it's a Bowser minigame. Alright. Time to take my melatonin. Hopefully I've got everything for tomorrow. Grab bag C, grab bag my B, or C, CB. Hypothetically, the person with the most coins more than likely is going to get targeted. Probably. But I just kind of go after whoever's closest to me because I'm not great at not getting taken from, so I don't know. We'll say it's C tier. And it's worse than Buried Treasure, honestly. No, we'll put it above Buried Treasure. And Coin Block Blitz. You know what? There. That's good. It's not worse. I'm sorry. It's not better than Skateboard Scamper, in my opinion. But, I mean, I think that's fine. It's fine. Bumper Balls! I saw you stating your opinion on this one earlier. We're going to disagree really hard on this one. Okay. So, I think Bumper Balls is a good minigame. In Mario Party 1, it probably could have used some work. Like, the fact that the platform is as it is it's kind of, I don't know. So here's the thing. The platform feels like it's a little bit too big in Mario Party 1. I don't know if it's any smaller in Mario Party 2. I do know Mario Party 2 has like 3 different stages though, and one of them does make the minigame a little bit better. But I have a few things to say about Bumper Balls. So, Bumper Balls, I think it's a really good minigame, at least in concept, but also just in general, I do like it. It's kind of fun to play. And it's also obviously iconic because a lot of people are familiar with Bumper Balls, and it also got, you know, remasters in both Top 100 and Superstars, and it even got, what, Bumper Brawl or something like that in Super Mario Party, which was kind of similar? Not really. They knew what they were doing with that name, though. But my biggest problem, aside from just the platform being very flat and a bit too big, is tie. I'm sorry, draw. I draw a lot, and I'm tired of hearing people telling me to draw. You draw all the time in Mario Party's Bumper Balls. I don't understand why there can only be one winner with this minigame. It does not make sense to me because, you know, once you get down to, like, the last 2 people, if they're both really good at playing defensively and staying close to the center, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to knock each other off the platform. So the minigame's just going to end. There's 2 of you left. Timer's up. It's a draw. It's not both of you win. I don't know why it's not both of you win, but it's not both of you win. So it's a draw, and nothing comes out of the minigame. B tier, probably. A tier, maybe, but B tier, probably. It's just, that one thing in particular is what really brings this minigame down for me. Because if you don't manage to get the other player off, it's a draw. So, you know, it's why? Why does the minigame end like that? I don't know. Aside from that, though, I do think it is a good minigame. Bumper Balls S. I was saying F as a joke. Oh, really? I think 2's is so much better. Maybe A, since it can end it all. Since it can end it in endless stall. It's a B tier mostly because it's literally a stall fest for the most part. Exactly. Like, that's what really brings the minigame down. Like, I do have it on my notes as A tier. Hi, by the way. This is an F, to be honest. Really? Move back to the dorm? Yeah. Anyway. But, you know, it's a good minigame. I like it a lot. The way it ends, though, just the fact that you can't have multiple winners really brings this minigame down. So, I don't know. I have it as A on my notes, but I'm kind of thinking B tier now. We're gonna go A. We're gonna go... Jesus Christ, just move over. I'm going A tier. But Mario Party 2, Bumper Balls might be S tier. We'll have to see, though, because I've never played Mario Party 2, so I don't know if that minigame ends differently, but don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to find out, so that I can be mad at it if it is the same as Mario Party 1. But anyway. Tipsy Tourney! Okay, this one's a good one. Kind of. Not really. I don't know. So, here's the thing. I think it's a good minigame. It's got a good concept. I'm going to be putting Mario Party 2 on in a bit. But I think Tipsy Tourney is a good minigame. It's a good concept. My problem is it's very repetitive. It's very repetitive. Every time you play this minigame, like, if you figure out a good pattern that seems to be beating other people, you just do that pattern every time. You know? Like it's just, I don't know. It was fun the first few times, but after a while, I kind of stopped looking forward to playing Tipsy Tourney because it's just the same thing every time. If you figure it out, congratulations. You probably won unless someone figured it out better, but, I mean, at that point, you know, it's... I don't know. I do have it as an A-tier minigame, though. But, you know, feel free to contest that. I am more than open. Well, I'm going to drink some water. S, A easy, low S the most, Tipsy Tourney B. Alright, we're going to settle for the middle. We're going to go A tier. A tier below Treasure Divers is what I have marked down, but Treasure Divers is right here in B tier. So, We're going to say it's low A tier. That's what I'm thinking. It's just the repetitiveness of it that I don't really like. But anyway, now we have Bombs Away. And I have to scroll to see the whole thing. Okay, so Bombs Away is one of the best minigames in the series, in my opinion. And it's better than Bumper Balls for multiple reasons. So, the platform is like... The platform for this minigame, not for Bumper Balls, but for this minigame, because you're like jumping around and all that, the platform is the perfect size. Like, it's not too small so that the minigame just ends super quickly. But it's not like, it's not too big, so it's just so easy to stay on the platform. I mean, it kind of is, but I mean, you know, it's, I don't know, I just feel like the platform is the perfect size, and the way it like tilts around and everything adds so much tension, and it keeps you on your toes, you know? It's very good. I love the fact, by the way, that the bombs hitting the island does more than just stun you. Like, if you get hit directly by the bomb, you're gone. It just sends you flying off. I love it. It's so funny looking. I'm terrible at it. Kind of. I used to be. I'm a little bit better now. But, you know, couple in the jump physics and all that, and it can be a bit of a difficult minigame to master. But, you know, I love that there's multiple winners, so it's not a last man standing type of thing, nor is it draw when the time runs out, like Bumper Balls. If you stay on the platform with the other people, because you are competing with each other, you're directly interacting with each other, if you both stay on the platform, or all stay on the platform, then everyone who's still on wins by the end of the minigame. I think that's good. I think that works really well for Bombs Away. My only gripe with this minigame is, I learned this very recently, you can apparently hit bombs that aren't even targeting the island. And they will send you flying, by the way. So what happened was, I was on like the south portion of the platform, kind of on the edge, and there was another bomb coming. It was going straight over the island. It was going to land in the water on the south side. And I jumped up because, you know, the way I play this minigame is even if it's not hitting the island, I jump up because I don't want to get stunned, and I can't always perfectly tell. So, you know, I always jump up either way, even though it's a little bit risky. I jumped up, I touched the thing as it was passing over the island. It didn't blow up or anything like that. It was just, I touched it, and in an instant, I was just off the screen. I was like, what just happened? Where did I go? I was so confused by what I just saw. I had to like, you know, I had to like screen capture and view it back. Or maybe it was on a stream. I don't know. Either way, I like viewed it back and I was like, that's a thing that can happen? Really? But, you know. So that kind of felt like BS. But aside from that, I think this is a very good minigame. I will put it in S tier. Above Crazy Cutter, honestly. I'm putting it above Crazy Cutter. I think that's a very fun minigame right there, and I'm glad they brought that one back. Cat. Bombs Away is A. Bombs... No, I'm going S. No, I'm not doing B. I'm going S. Sorry. It's absolutely better than Bumper Balls. Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry. I just personally like Bombs Away a lot. That's why it's an S tier minigame for me. And I'm not contesting that. But you're free to give your opinions. Doesn't mean I have to agree with them. Mario Bandstand. You know, I'm realizing how fun this would be to make if I made this a video instead of a live stream. But, I mean, I wanted to have the whole viewer thing going on. So, so I was like, live stream. But this would be a very fun video to make. Like, with editing and all that. But anyway. So, Mario Bandstand. I'm going to kind of quiet down a little bit here. It's not done yet. Okay. Mario Bandstand is okay. It's okay. Not meh, it's okay. I need a break or something. My throat's getting, like, really mucusy from all this talking. I kind of raised my voice a little too much. But anyway. So, Mario Bandstand, I think it's a cool idea. But also, why am I consistently the only one to not win despite hitting every note? Like, I'm sure there's some kind of ranking system, right? Like, people who hit the note more spot on, like more in the center or something like that, get it, right? But, like, either way, for one, that's really hard to do with a distortion. But, like, I'm really trying to hit every note. Yet somehow I'm consistently the one person who doesn't win. Everyone else wins and gets coins except me. It feels bad. It makes me feel like I suck. I kind of don't like this minigame for that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Do I just really suck at hitting the beat that much? Smiley face. But the thing that is the most weird about this minigame to me is it's very weird how the conductor has a different control scheme from the other 3 players. Like, rather than, you know, hitting the A button at the right time of your instrument, what you have is the conductor has like a well, no, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna try to like figure out the beat, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you just, it's, no matter where it goes, there's always going to be 4, and it's going to be in that beat. And you have to, like, it's going to move between 4 notes, and you have to, like, press it on the joystick right as it hits each note. And it's just kind of like a thing that's randomly chosen. It's a 4-player minigame, which is what makes it so odd to me. It's a 4-player minigame, and I don't really understand why, because I feel like it would work better as a 1v3 minigame, where the 1 is the conductor and the other 3 are the little like individual notes. And I also put in here well, I didn't put anything else. So with some of these minigames I kind of suggested, like, you know, maybe they should have been this or maybe they should have been that, and then I actually like elaborated more on how it could be better too, on top of just being a different minigame genre. But I don't know, it's alright. It's an alright minigame. It's like B or C tier, probably. I'm probably gonna go B. Skill issue? Yeah, I guess so. C for confusion? C probably? Okay, so I guess we'll go C tier. But since we were considering putting it above B tier, it's probably better than Skateboard Scamper. But feel free to tell me to change that if you don't agree. But yeah, I don't know. Probably just a skill issue. I probably just suck, but you know. Shy Guy says. Shy Guy says. There's nothing wrong with this minigame. Nothing. It's very simple. It's very fun. There's, like, you can't, they didn't screw this up. You can screw it up. You can screw it up. More on that 7 games from now. Or 8 games. No, 7, because I'm not counting the first Mario Party at this point. More on that 7 games from now. You can screw up, Shy Guy says. But anyway, I feel like this is one of the best minigames ever. There's a reason it got remastered multiple times. It's just like... probably... Hold on, didn't it... I think it got remastered more than Mushroom Mix-Up, didn't it? Because there was like... I think there's... I could be wrong. I think there's a Mario Party 2 version of this minigame also. So there's like Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2. There's Mario Party 8, which renamed it and screwed it up. And then it's in Mario Party Top 100 and Mario Party Superstars. This might be one of the most... or maybe the most remastered minigame in the whole series. But anyway, so, you know, in case that isn't clear, that is a very good mini game. But, you know, I feel like there is one problem. There's one problem I have with this game, and that is that at the faster speeds, the window for hitting one of the buttons is super freaking small. Like, you have to be reacting what feels like almost instantaneously, or what's going to happen is your character's just going to, like, slightly lift one flag and then immediately put it down, even if it's the right flag. You know, they'll like slightly lift it, then put it down, and then you get cut off because you didn't react quick enough. So it does kind of suck for people with slower reaction times, but it is a very freaking fun minigame. Shy Guy says it's so fun. Is the music over at this point? It is. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. All right, so it gets so tense as the game goes on, too, which just makes it like all the more fun. And there's no timer. So it's just last person remaining is the winner, unless 2 people get, or I'm sorry, unless like the last few people get knocked out at the same time, in which case it ends in a draw. But like aside from that, you know, this is a very fun minigame. It's very simplistic, but it's fun in my opinion. I think it's an S tier. Yeah, sorry I'll be dropping into Dream Drop now. Oh, well, have fun. Alright, night, dude. Logan, it's an 8. Better than Mushroom Mix-Up, at least in 1. Yeah. Yeah, well... Yeah, you know, well, I don't know, though, because I have a huge Mushroom Mix-Up bias. Like, I really like that minigame. I'm going to put it above Bombs Away. We're going to say it's the second best. I'll compromise with y'all. We're going to say it's the second best. I personally like Mushroom Mix-Up more than Shy Guy Says, but Shy Guy Says is also very good. But anyway. So now we have Castaways. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Is that the music? I know it's Shy Guy Says, but is it? I don't know. So here's the thing. Castaways. It kind of hits into this field of what I call a minigame, or just a game in general, that is very fun when you master it, but not fun for casuals at all. And whenever it comes to games, whether it's like a minigame or just a game in general or whatever else, I think it is important that it is supposed to be, at least with games that are more targeted more targeted toward family audiences. I think it's important that a game needs to be fun to play from both a casual and an experienced player perspective. And if it misses one of those, then that tends to kind of mess with the view of the game a little bit. Like, take Super Mario 3D Land, for example. That is a very fun game to play casually, but from an experienced player perspective, I mean, it's still a little bit fun, but you really don't have the most advanced moveset. So unless you're a speedrunner who's just obsessed with that game, it's, you know, cool. You're spamming rolling long jumps. You know, maybe it's just better. Maybe it's better than Super Mario Galaxy just spamming jumps. But with Super Mario Galaxy, you also had the spin jump, and that shook things up because you could do a spin jump ground pound and like go off of NPCs. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But you know, as another example of the other one, Super Smash Bros. It can be fun for a casual audience, but if you're playing against other people, being a casual really sucks with Smash, because there are people who, when they get used to Smash, they start playing super hard. And there's no problem with losing, but when you lose all the time because the person you're playing with is just that good, where's the motivation to actually get better, unless you're actually having fun with the game? Personally, I don't have fun if I'm always losing and never seeing any other results. It kind of just demotivates me. But, you know, that's kind of how I feel about Castaways. I feel like it's very fun from a masterful perspective, but not fun from a casual perspective, because the timing for swinging your fishing pole is really, really wonky. And on top of that, let's go a little further. In Mario Party 1, I don't know if it's just me, but it's really difficult to actually aim. Unless you're aiming for, like, the very far back, it's really difficult to aim for, like, the row that you're trying to go for between, like, the frontmost and the middle row. I don't know what it is, but I can never properly aim for those. And I also don't know the timing. So, like, whenever I play, I pretty much only aim for the back row. And I've figured out the timing for that for most positions. But what really sucks is that they always just go like this one direction. Like, you don't have a left moving and a right moving back row and a left moving and a right moving middle row and all that. It's always just the back row moves to the left, so does the front row, and the middle row moves to the right. So if you're the one on the far left position, you pretty much better, like, have the middle row timing down. Or not timing. Well, actually timing too. But, you know, you have to figure out the middle row timing if you're, like, all the way on the left. Because chances are everyone's going to be aiming for the back row, because that's the easiest one to aim for. And so if you're all the way on the left, then everyone's just getting the chests and everything, and you can't get them, you know? But if you're all the way on the right, it's super easy to get all the chests, so you just get so many coins. Like, I got like, what? I want to say 30-something 30-something coins from this mini game once. Like, it's a really powerful coin minigame if you get it down, but if you don't have it down, it sucks. It really sucks. It's not that great. I think it's like B tier at best, probably. Castaways doo-doo. I don't mind the rotation, but low-key gives too much if you're good at the game. Exactly. I'm back. Welcome back. Castaways is D. Castaway is one of the best examples why you need the practice mode. Reminds me of Game Club. There was one guy who won almost every Smash Bros. Match, but it actually motivated me to get better. Now I'm better at the game. Well, that's good for you. I just don't work that way, because I'm already not great at action games in general, so a competitive game like that, I'm not even going to bother. But anyway, we'll compromise. We'll say Castaways is C tier. Honestly, I think it's more fun than Grab Bag. We'll put it above Grab Bag. I think Castaways is C tier. It's pretty fun above Grab Bag, honestly. Alright. Keep away. Keep away. Get the key. Hold straight forward. Jump over the Koopas. And you're done. Get the image. Hold straight up. Jump over the bandstand. You're B tier. It's a fun minigame, but it's just over so quickly because literally all you have to do is just be the one with the key. Run straight forward. You jump over the one Koopa that's there. Maybe if another one walks in your way, you can jump over that one too. And then you jump on the barrel and you're done. Not really a whole lot of cooperating to do there, you know? When you realize you can jump. It just sucks. It's, I don't know. It's okay. It's an okay minigame. It's okay. I'm not contesting it, by the way. I'm keeping it in B tier. But, you know. It's okay. Keep away is D. Keep away is D. Keep away is fine. It's literally a get money free minigame. Exactly. I don't really understand why there are co-op minigames in this game, by the way, because the whole point, like, I can get it with later Mario Party games where there's actual co-op modes, but the whole point of Mario Party 1 is there will be some cooperation and team-based minigames, but contest, fine. C tier. I'm not ruining my joke. I'm keeping it above Bandstand. I think it is a better minigame than Bandstand. Alright, but anyway. I don't really see the point of... I don't really see the point of co-op minigames in the first Mario Party game because, one, there's like, what, 2 of them? There's like 2 co-op minigames. And on top of that, the whole point, there is not any co-op mode in the first Mario Party game as far as I'm aware. So... you're always versing each other, so why would you want a co-op minigame? Especially if you're in the lead. If you're in the lead and you get the key and keep away, or the bulb and running the bulb, which we'll go over in a second, then you can literally just throw it and nobody gets coins out of it. You're still in the lead. You just, you know, screwed over the people who are going against you. So, like, why? Why do co-op minigames exist? They don't need to exist in the first Mario Party game, which really pulls them down, especially because there's like only 2 of them. If it was a whole category, I'd probably be more mad, but it would make sense at least, but it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It's just they're 4-player minigames, but you work together. I don't like it. It's not fun. Alright, so, Running of the Bulb. I got a bit more to say about this one. And a part of that was exactly what I just talked about in the keep away section. I do feel like Running the Bulb is a bit more fun than Keep Away. I think it is a bit more good, it's a bit more fun. It kind of goes on for a bit longer. I do like the concept of, you know, one person has the bulb, the other 3 are having to, like, punch away boos and all that. And get them, you know, punch them away. But then, like, anyone who a boo goes into gets possessed, which, one, confirms that boos can actually possess people in the Mario series. That's interesting. But, you know, they get possessed and they start, like, walking like a zombie over toward the person with the bulb. Or if the person with the bulb gets possessed, then it's, oh, cool. Someone I haven't talked to in a very long time just texted me. But anyway, they can wait. But, you know, I'm going to share this on Twitter, by the way, after this is all done. So that, you know, anyone else who wants to make their own tier list can. But, anyway, going back to the topic. If, you know, whoever has the bulb, they kind of start walking toward the boo. And if the bulb gets absorbed, it's over. If anyone else gets absorbed, it's not over, but you have less people to help you win. It's just kind of boring, is my thing. It's kind of boring. That's my problem with Running of the Bulb. It's not really interesting. You can just kind of hug the right side, and anyone who isn't holding the bulb can just punch any boo who goes on screen. That kind of defeats the purpose of the minigame, you know? Oh, and you can jump for some reason. I don't know why you can jump, but you can jump. So, you know. I don't know. The thing is, like, I want to give this game, like, a higher ranking, like S tier or A tier, because it is at least somewhat fun. but it's just so useless. It's such a useless minigame is part of the problem. Running the bulb's a lot more fun, I agree. It's ironic the only two minigames that use keys are the co-op minigames. Yeah. I don't know. So, like, I want to give this game a higher ranking, but the problem is it's just very... You can jump to get over boos and obstacles. Oh, well, but, like, why? They should have restricted it. It would have made it more fun. I don't know. I don't know. It's a B. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a B. Because, like, it's a fun minigame. It's just useless, because why would you want co-op minigames, you know? So, we'll say it's B. We'll say it's below Treasure Divers, honestly. I like Treasure Divers more. But anyway, getting back to the actual... I'm so sorry. I need, like, a break from talking for a second. My throat hurts. I talk a lot on streams, but I don't usually talk this much. Because usually I'm playing a game. Just give me, like, one moment. Just enjoy the music. My throat really hurts right now. What's it on right now? Pirate Land. I don't remember what that music sounds like. Partly because I haven't played the game. Okie dokie. Oh no, see, no, my Mario voice is having voice cracks. That's how you know it's bad. It's been an hour and a half. Alright, let's get back to it. That wasn't really enough time, but I don't want to keep y'all waiting for too long. So, Hot Rope Jump. You're saying it's an S tier? I think, okay, I understand it. I understand why you're saying it's an S tier, but I got some gripes with the game. I'm gonna go over them real quick, okay? Ready? Okay, so it's cool, it's boring. Kind of. It's not super boring, but it's just... My thing with this game, there's a few things actually. So, for one, I kind of wish the jumps were slightly higher, but I get that's not entirely the point of this game. I don't know, maybe they're about level with what the jumps are normally like in Mario Party, but I don't know, they feel low to me in this minigame, but that's fine. That's fine. We don't want it to be too easy, so that's fine. I'm not going to say it's, like, bad for that. But what I am confused about, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I seem to remember from the few times I played this minigame, there are two endings. One is someone gets hit by the hot rope, and the game ends. That one person just loses, and the other three win. Which, as you can probably remember from my opinion of Bob-omb, I don't really like it when minigames do that. Because it just feels like as long as you're good at the game. I mean, granted, it's not like Bob-omb because you have to actually, like, screw up. It's not out of your control if you lose. It is entirely within your control if you lose. It is your fault. Your fault. But, but like, it's just one person loses, and then the other three win, and I don't really get that. Why did they do that? And then the other option for how it could end, correct me if I'm wrong here, is 20 successful jumps. If you manage to pull off 20 successful jumps, all four of you, then everyone wins the minigame. Why would this minigame not have been better as, like, an elimination type thing? Especially if the hot rope started getting, like, super fast. Like, I don't know. I know this game came way later, but Super Mario Odyssey, like, little jump rope moon, how it starts getting, like, insanely fast, and if you're not, like, really timing it super well, you screw up. I feel like that's what hot rope jump should have been. Maybe that's not what it was trying to be, but I feel like that's what it should have been. I do think there should have been a score system. I'd like that there's a score system. Really good for, like, setting records and all that in the minigame mode. But it's just... I feel like it should have been the kind of thing where eventually it just becomes what feels like almost impossibly fast to keep up with, and it's just the last person standing is the one who wins. That's what I think it should have been. That would have been way more fun, in my opinion. But as it is, it feels like, okay, 20 jumps and the game's over. Or someone screwed up and they lost. Why? I don't know. It's just the weird wind conditions. I don't like the weird wind conditions. Your gripes are non-existent. Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot Mario Party 1's version did that. You know, it's A then. See, I told you. I told you. It was, if it was like how it is in 2, then it would be S, easy. No, I agree. I agree. I think it is a very good minigame, and it could have been more fun if it wasn't the way that it is in Mario Party 1. Also, you spoiled me. I should meant to spoil me. Mario Party 2 was like... I'm kidding. Only half joking. I'm not that strict about it. But anyway, yeah, no. I'll give it A tier. I'll give it A tier. We'll go above platform peril. I'll say it's above platform peril. No, you know what? No, I take that back. No, well, there's some... Yeah, no, it's above platform peril. Because there's not really luck in that one. Unless you don't know the jump rope pattern. It's not a spoiler, it's the same in Superstar. I know, it was a joke. But anyway. But also, I don't know, in Superstars with bumper balls, it's... Oh, well, you know what? That probably just spoiled me on bumper balls, too. Maybe. I don't know. Don't say anything, though. I'm just messing with you. Where'd everyone else go, by the way? Alright, Hammer Drop. Hammer Drop. Who likes Hammer Drop? I think Hammer Drop is a cool game. I'm kind of gassing it up a little bit. Okay, so it's a coin minigame, so that's fine. My problem is, at least with the Mario Party 1 version, it kind of feels like the number of coins you can get in the winnings are balanced out lower than the usual. Like, let's say everyone gets a roughly even number of coins. That's like, what? I don't know, you kind of get like 6 or 7 coins out of it. That's not that good. But I don't know. I'm just kind of unsure about Hammer Drop. Because it's a cool minigame, I like it. There's not really a whole lot they can screw up. It's just, you just get coins. And the thing that really bothers me is there's no punishment for falling off the platform. Like, as long as, or at least, hold on. In Mario Party 1, there's no punishment for falling off the platform. You just, whatever coins you got, you get to keep them. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there should have been a punishment for falling off the platform. It's a small platform, too, so it would make sense, right? Could kind of lose, but I don't know. It's a coin minigame, so I guess I get that, you know, it's like, well, you know, you don't lose your coins or anything. That's fine. Also, I will take care of my voice, by the way. I read your message. But, you know, it's fine. It's very balanced. It's a very balanced minigame, which is fine, but there's a little bit of luck involved, I guess, because sometimes he could just throw all the coins in every direction except the one you're in. I literally had an instance where I got 1 coin from Hammer Drop. That was so infuriating. But anyway, skill issue, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking low A tier. Maybe B tier, probably B tier. I'm thinking B tier for Hammer Drop. I'm thinking B tier for Hammer Drop. Remember World of Light and SSBU? No, I don't remember it. I know it existed. I know what the cutscenes look like. I know the plot of it. I know that it sucks. You just fight, and you fight again. And you still fight, and you keep fighting. I'm sorry. I could not bring myself to play that game mode. It was so boring to me. I was already kind of losing interest in Smash around that point anyway, but like, I just, whatever. Do not put it in A. Low B at the most. I'm gonna put it mid B. We're gonna do mid B. I think it's better than Running the Bulb. We're doing mid B, at least for now. For now, it's mid B. If I put more games above it, then I put more games above it, I guess. But, you know. It's kind of funny, actually. I have all these notes for, you know, how I wanted to rank all these minigames, and I kind of, like, I put them very particularly. I was like, B tier above Keep Away, A tier above Tipsy Tourney, A tier above Crazy Cutter, you know, etc., etc. It's like, you know, I kind of like had all these plans for specifically how it was going to go, but then I was like, oh wait, well let's also have chat involved. And now that's just gone completely out of the window. I'm just kind of improvising here. But anyway, so the next minigame, I do have something to drink. I'm drinking water after like every minigame discussion. But anyway,
The next minigame is Slot Car Derby. I don't know why I'm using this voice now.
But yeah, Slot Car Derby. Let's talk about this one. Let's talk about Slot Car Derby. So, for one, I just need to ask before I actually talk about it. Hold on. So, before I talk about it, what is the optimal time to start holding the joystick? Because it feels like sometimes I just do it too late and everyone goes ahead of me, but then I do it too early and I spin out. And, oh, hey! Look at that! A mini game that punishes you for holding the joystick before you're supposed to go! I wonder what other mini game could have benefited from that. Just saying! Slot Car Derby, infinitely better than Musical Mushroom just for that alone. But it also felt kind of unnecessary in Slot Car Derby, but whatever. It works better, at least, than holding the minigame. I'm sorry, holding the joystick in Musical Mushroom, in my opinion. But, you know, Slot Car Derby, very interesting one, because it actually has two courses. There's a simplistic course, it's kind of like a pill shape, and then there's a more complicated course that's kind of like, well, kind of like a controller shape, but not like N64 controller. Like, it doesn't have the big thing in the middle. It's just kind of like a basic controller shape. By modern standards, actually. I don't know if controllers like that were super prominent back then. But, you know, it's got like the two handles that go down, kind of. That's kind of what the second core shape is like. And that's the final Slot Car Derby that you play in Minigame Island. So that was cool. Also, the fact that it was the final minigame in Minigame Island, that was kind of fitting. That worked. That worked very well. Worked as a very good final minigame. I don't know, though. I feel like the reward should have been the final minigame. It's kind of weird that you play Slot Car Derby twice, but whatever. There's two courses, so it makes sense. But I do really enjoy playing this minigame, I'm not going to lie. It is a bit tough at times because, like, you know, sometimes I just kind of don't. Like, I let go of the joystick and then re-grab it, like, way too quickly, and I still end up spinning out. So you kind of have to, like, be a little bit careful when you feel your controller start to vibrate. Like, that's the time to let go. But don't let go for too long, because then you'll lose all your momentum. So it's a very, very skill-based minigame, and I love that. I love skill-based minigames. Also, I find it hilarious that if someone is moving too slowly and you, like, bump up against them because you're on their track now, they just get sent flying off, like they're eliminated from the game. And also, that's another thing I want to talk about. It's very good track design that as you go around each course, you actually end up on each track. So it feels fair and balanced. It's not like, oh, I'm on the outside. Guess I'm probably going to lose because the person on the inside is the experienced player. No, it's like you actually have a fair chance because you end up going on each of the 4 tracks on both courses. And that's very good design. Very good design. I'm going to put it in S tier above Crazy Cutter, and I'm really not kidding about that. Like, I think it's just a really fun minigame, and I love that there's not just one course. It's a well designed. It's a very well designed minigame. It's a very well designed minigame. Slot Car Derby used to be way lower to me. You see those red and white lines? You're not supposed to push the analog stick during those times. What red and white line? Oh, those. Oh, wait, so you don't push it at all? I thought it was, you kind of, like, slowed down a bit in that area. Or at least that you're supposed to. The timing is a bit off for when you're supposed to let go of the analog stick. Really? But anyway, no, what I was wondering about is, like, at the beginning of the minigame, when it's, like, 3, 2, or I'm sorry, hold on. It's kind of like 2, 1, go! No, you can still push it. Okay. So that's just like the be cautious zone then. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But, but like, what I'm wondering about is like the start of the minigame. Because you can spin out if you go too early, is what I was saying earlier. But also, whenever I try to actually do it when the green light lights up, turns out that's not exactly the timing because some people get a better head start than I do. So I'm like very confused. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But anyway. So, now that we're done with Slot Car Derby, we're moving into the 1v3 minigames. And I'm going to be 100% honest. The lower tiers are about to be getting their mouths full. Like, I'm going to be spoon feeding these lower tiers mini games because, oh my god, the 1v3 mini games are so bad in this mini game. I mean, in this game, like they're just so unbalanced. But you know, so pipe maze. Cool idea for a minigame. It's a cool idea for a minigame, and it works way better later on as a like single player thing. And well, it's not exactly like a pipe maze more so than it is like a bunch of spider webs, I guess. But you know, in Mario 64 DS and New Super Mario Bros, when it's a minigame, when you have that kind of minigame concept there, that works way better. But you're also like drawing lines there, so I don't know. But in general, I feel like Pipe Maze would have worked way better as a 1-player minigame than a 4-player minigame. I'm sorry, not a 4-player minigame, a 1v3 minigame. Because the thing is, it's just like, literally, if you're on Team 3, you do nothing. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do whatsoever if you're the 3. You just stand there and hope that the one person did not get a good enough eye on the pipes to see which one leads to them. Which most of the time, they will. Unless they just have, like, really slow visual processing. But, you know, like, it's just... If your eyes can follow the pipe and you're the one, it's just a free minigame for you. Congratulations, GG, you got 10 coins. If you're the 3, you do nothing. You do nothing. It sucks. This minigame would have been so much better. I said this in the stream series, but this minigame would have been so much better if it was a 4-player minigame, and there were like 4 pipes maybe, and they're spaced out like kind of like a 2x2 instead of, you know, 1x4. Like, instead of being a top down, it's kind of like you have like a 3D environment. I think it would have been better if it was a 4-player minigame and everyone had control over the chest. And so you had like this 10-second timer or something counting down, and everyone's just fighting to get the chest above their pipe. I feel like that would have been a bit better, but that also might not have exactly been Pipe Maze. So I don't know. I guess as a 1v4 that could have also potentially worked, but I proposed a 2v2 idea because if you're on either of the edges, you can literally just spam left or right, and if you're in the middle, you're probably not going to get the chest. Or maybe you are, actually. I don't know, because if the 2 people on the edges are really good at spamming, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like everyone should have had control over the chest, and it should just been like a beep, 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 like instant movement to position, instead of, like, slow movement over and only one person has control over it, because that just blows. That sucks. You know what? I'll give this minigame a score for effort. It gets an F for effort, okay? It gets an F for effort. But yeah, Pipe Maze is just stinky doo-doo. It sucks. Pipe Maze is just garbage in general, but that's okay. That's okay. So, the next minigame, Bash and Cash. This one shows us that things absolutely can get worse than Pipe Maze. So, how about just not being able to win at all if you're the one? So here's the thing. If you're the one, be prepared to lose like 20 coins. Maybe more if you suck, or if someone on the side of the 3 is just particularly good. Like, it's just... There's this ridiculously long cooldown between Bowser jumps. Like, there's such a huge period of time between when you're able to jump. And the fact that you're ridiculously slow in the Bowser suit... Oh, and it's a small room, by the way. So, like... Oh, by the way, you can also get hit while you're in the air. Like, if you're bouncing off of people's heads, they can hit you with a hammer. So it's just... There's no escaping. You will get hit. You will lose coins in this minigame. Like, you'd have to be insanely good, and the 3 would have to be insanely bad for a neutral result to come out of this minigame. And, like, you know, let's make it worse. Let's make the problem even worse. So get this. The Bowser Space version of this minigame. There's a Bowser Space version of the minigame. I can understand this as a Bowser minigame. As a Bowser minigame, I can understand it. As a minigame that can come up in regular play, this minigame is horrible. But, you know, the Bowser Space version of this minigame. So what happens with the regular minigame is when you get hit, you have 5 coins. Or, well, if you're really low in coins, you have 1 coin. But most of the time it will be 5 coins. A coin bag will fly out of you and someone can go get it. Maybe if you're lucky enough, you'll be in a position where you can get your coin bag back first. But you also have people chasing you to hit you, so... But in the Bowser version of this minigame, it's just gone. The coins are just gone. Nobody gets the coins whatsoever. You're just losing your coins. No benefit is coming out of it. You can't steal those coins back later or anything like that. It's just you're losing coins. Just screw you. Now let's make the problem even worse. Because this is a minigame that can pop up as a Bowser Space minigame and as a 1v3 minigame, the Bowser Space counts as a red space. So hypothetically, what you can get here, because Mario Party does not stop you from playing the same minigame twice in a row, you can be the one getting punished twice. Because you'll land on the Bowser Space, the red spaces aren't super common in this game, so you're probably going to end up with a 1v3 where you're the one. So you just lost all those coins from Bash and Cash from Bowser, probably, maybe. I don't know, you'd have to be insanely unlucky for this to happen, but, you know, Steven has told me that it has happened to him before. But you'd have to be insanely unlucky for this to happen. You get the Bowser Space, you get Bash and Cash out of, like, 20 coins or something like that. You get the red space thing, then it's a 1v3, you get Bash and Cash again, and you just lost, like, pretty much all your coins. You may have had, like, 40 coins before, you probably just lost, like, almost all of them. So, you know, it's like Bash and Cash, more like bashing my ass with how terrible this minigame is. Seriously, what were they thinking? I'm definitely going to be bashing this minigame every chance I get in future parties, even if this minigame never comes back. I'm going to include this just so that I can put it in a, how do you... I'm going to put this minigame in a special little tier that I call Super F tier. That is where Bash and Cash belongs. It is that bad to me. Like, I don't understand why this minigame exists as something that you can get outside of the Bowser space. It's awful. Bowser Bash stinky and bad, and I don't like it, but I get why it's like that because it's a Bowser minigame. My assumption is they probably have measures to prevent people from ever getting Bash and Cash twice in the same turn. But that's the thing, they don't. They don't have measures, because that happened to Steven once. But, like, it's just... Why? Why is this minigame possible to get outside of the Bowser space? Would you consider yourself a fan of AVGN? Not really, but I've seen a few of his videos, and that's what I was parodying a moment ago whenever I said what I did. I was kind of parodying AVGN there. But anyway, let's move away from Bash and Cash, our little super F-tier minigame. And I do have music still playing, right? Yeah, not gonna lose. Keeping on the path. Okay, so Bowl Over. This one is very meh. So, like, there's not really a whole lot to say about this minigame. I'm gonna kind of calm down here. I'm done with my little Bash and Cash bit. I'm gonna kind of calm down a little. I don't really have anything to say about Bowl Over. It's just the three can't win. It's not horribly unbalanced, which is what's tempting me to maybe put it in D tier instead of F. It's not horribly unbalanced, and there's no guarantee that the one is actually going to aim for you, but if everyone clusters together, they will aim for you. But yeah, it's only 5 coins if you do get hit, so it's not the worst thing. There is some balance to it. It's just if you're the 3, you can't win. But if you're the 1, you can win super well, because you can hit all 3 players, maybe I'm hiccuping now. You can hit all 3 players if they don't spread out. And on top of that, you can hit some of the other pins that are worth 1 coin too, so you could get like 15 to, I want to say 18 coins out of this minigame if the 3 that you're going up against are kind of stupid. So that's a little bit unbalanced, but aside from that, you're not really losing a whole lot, which is why I'm thinking Bowl Over isn't really the worst minigame. It sucks a little, but it's not the worst. There's some balance to it. Low D. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Low D. It's below it's below Bash and Cash. No, it's below Box Mountain Maid. Never forget, people can body block you into one place as a 3. Yeah, I know. I had someone do that to me once. They body blocked me into place. Made sure that I was, like, definitely getting aimed at, because I was already in the center of the thing anyway. I got blocked into place. And then right as the shell was coming, they bounced out of spot so they didn't get hit. That was very rude. I hate you. Anyway, so Coin Block Bash. This is where we're going to have some conflicting opinions. Because I know you were like kind of... I know some of y'all were kind of more supportive of Coin Block Bash. I think it's weird. I think it's a weird minigame. It is definitely better than Bowl Over. I'll give it that. It is better than Bowl Over. Probably one of the best 1v3 minigames in this game, honestly. So, like, here's the thing. It's basically Coin Block Blitz, but the prize from the block has to be manually collected instead of it just being given to you. And it can be like a coin bag or one coin rather than you just continually hitting coins out of the block like Coin Block Blitz. Let me drink real quick. So, points for originality. Great job having the same minigame in two different forms. I guess they just had two different ideas for how the minigame could work, and we're just like, screw it. We'll just make two minigames. Which is fine. I'd probably do something like that if I were a game dev, honestly. I can understand it. It's just a little weird, because it's like you have two minigames that are basically one minigame, but in two different forms. Sorry, did not mean to voice crack there. But the thing that makes this game odd to me is it's a 1v3 minigame, so the one gets the hammer. It's not like those 4-player minigames where it's like 4 players and one person at random gets the hammer or anything like that, though there is something about this game that I feel would make it work better that way, because as a 1v3 minigame, chances are if you're the one, you're probably the one because you got unlucky. You know, you landed on a red space or maybe a Bowser space, I don't know. Or maybe it was just a happening space thing and it just puts you on red. I don't know. But the thing that bothers me about this minigame, that's actually something that other people would probably find cool, but I personally don't like it, is the one can have the hammer taken from them. So like you bounce on their head and the hammer goes flying and someone else can go and pick it up. Which is a cool concept. But because of that, I feel like it would work better as a 4-player minigame. Because if it's a 1v3, I feel like the one needs to have that advantage. You know? But at the same time, with a lot of these coin-based 1v3 minigames, it's not like everyone shares a coin count. You know, everyone has their own coin counts, regardless of whether you're the one or part of Team 3. So, just as a 1v3 minigame, this is very odd to me. It doesn't really feel like a 1v3 minigame. It feels like another 4-player minigame, which is why I kind of don't like it, because Coin Block Blitz already exists, and that is a that is a 4-player minigame with basically the same concept. Just, you know, not someone can get the hammer taken. I feel like it would be better if this was the 4-player minigame instead of Coin Block Blitz. But otherwise, I do think it is better than Coin Block Blitz. It's just, as a 1v3, it sucks. It would be better if this were the 4-player minigame and Coin Block Blitz just didn't exist, you know? That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking it's probably C tier, but like above Keep Away. Maybe low B tier. I'll consider giving it low B tier. I just Bash is A. Bash and Cash is A. No, I'm kidding. A if possible. It's way better than Blitz. I'll give it low B tier. We'll compromise. I'll give it low B tier. I just don't think it's an A tier minigame. I'm sorry. If it weren't a 1v3, that is all that is. Literally just the categorization of it. The fact that it's a 1v3, that's what brings the game down so much for me. Because it's kind of misleading. But I do like the concept that you can get the hammer taken. It's just, I feel like that would be better as a 4-player game, you know? And someone just randomly starts with it. The only reason why it's 1v3 is to give the one player the hammer. If it was a 4-player game, then nobody would have it. Hello? Keep Away? Running of the Bulb? Oh, Mario Bandstand too. Like, do you see what I'm saying? That's what bring that game up. Bad opinion alert? Yeah, you know what? I guess I have a bad opinion. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fight y'all on this one. I think it should have been a 4-player minigame. It's not like Mario Party is opposed to giving one player a different playstyle than the others. Like, you know, I don't know. Where is it? Oh my god. Running of the Bulb, or Keep Away, or Mario Bandstand. Yeah, then that would make it unfair. How would it be unfair? It's unfair if you're the one and you get the thing taken from you. What's the point of being the one then? I don't know. I'm keeping it low B. No, you know what? Here, how about this? I'll put it above Running of the Bulb. That's our compromise. I'm not moving it any higher. That is the highest I'm putting Coin Block Bash. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's better than Coin Block Blitz, but y'all are gassing that game up too much. I just don't agree. We'll agree to disagree. It's fair if you have the hammer at the start until someone runs up to you and takes it, by the way, because that has happened to me way too many times. I've had people just, I'm going to strangle. Oh well. No, because here's the thing. Every time I have the hammer, someone runs up and just immediately tries to take it from me. And sometimes I'm successful in knocking them away, but... You gassed hammer drop? There. That's it. That is the farthest I'm going. Happy? There. We both had our little gassing up minigame moments. I'm not moving Coin Block Bash any further. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with that one. I'm sorry. Alright, now before I say anything about Tightrope Treachery, give me your opinions. I want your opinions on Tightrope Treachery before I say anything about it. Because I do think it is one of the better 1v3 minigames. Okay, I'm fine now. Yeah, there. See? Happy. Okay, we reached a compromise. Happy? Jesus Christ. Mamma mia. You got the Mario thinking now. Oh, my voice just did not work there. I did not do the Mario voice. C tier for Tightrope Treachery. You know what? I can get behind that. For some reason I had A tier in my notes, but in general, I'm gonna be honest, I am actually kind of very conflicted on Tightrope Treachery. I think by the end of it, the reason I ended up putting A tier is because it feels kind of balanced, in my opinion. In my personal experiences, that minigame is balanced. It's weird, it's unfair at times, so it should probably be B tier at best, but it feels somewhat balanced because the way that I've always, or like the way I experience that minigame, I know for some other people, you basically can't lose if you're on the tightrope. That is not how it is when I play this minigame. It doesn't matter if I'm the one on the tightrope or not. Like, I've seen the person on the tightrope fall off enough times that it just feels very 50-50 to me on who's going to end up winning. Because sometimes you nail them multiple times and nothing happens. They just keep getting stunned, but then they get back up and they just keep moving forward. I do feel like the minigame goes on for too long, I'll say that much. But they just, like, they keep getting stunned and then they just keep getting up and moving forward. But then other times it's like one hit. They could be on the center of the tightrope, one hit, and it's just, they fall over, and then they just, like, almost like they just glitch off the rope. Like, the collision just pushes them off or something, and they fall, and the 3 wins. Like, I've seen that happen enough times that the game is balanced, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's unbalanced, but it is weird and unfair, so I don't think it belongs in A tier. I don't agree with that now. I think it would be better in B or C tier. B tier at best. But, so I don't know. It feels like a very 50-50 minigame. It is hard to hit the one player, but it's like, it's one of the worst ones, not even fun if you're the one? I disagree. Well, actually no, it is kind of boring, because you're just kind of holding right and just, not holding right, holding forward, and trying not to fall off the rope. But, worse than Skateboard Scamper, but better than Castaways? Actually, I do kind of agree with that. I don't enjoy that minigame as much as Skateboard Scamper. It is balanced. And it's fun for both casuals and, well, there's not really a whole lot you can do professionally, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really did think that it was, like, the kind of thing where maybe you could hit them at a specific angle. Like, maybe if you hit them directly from the side, that's what does it. I did that once and nothing happened. So I don't know what the trick is with this minigame. It feels kind of broken. I'll straight up take your, I'll take your placement. I will take your exact placement for this one. I kind of agree, actually. Like, I don't know, just trying to judge Tightrope Treachery. It's balanced, but that's about it. That's all it has going for it, honestly. It's balanced. It works. Kind of. It kind of works. I don't think it's heavily balanced, personally. Just tends to be they fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. Remember the moment the one can't lose? Yeah, remember how the one can't lose and then I proceeded to lose like 3 times in a row when that minigame popped up again and again and again? Not literally 3 turns in a row, but like just every time that minigame popped up, I was the one and I got knocked off like 3 times. But then I'm sitting there trying to knock someone off and I hit them like 3 times and they don't move. So I don't know how this stupid minigame works. I'm so alright toward tightrope treachery. Okay, crane game. I'm kidding, that's a joke. That's a joke. Crane game. So here's the thing. It's like C or D tier for me. It's C or D tier. It's not F tier. I'm not gonna say it's F tier because the minigame actually works somewhat. It's just... The thing is, the way it works is you have the one person who's on the crane, and the 3 people are kind of like these little dolls that are just kind of jiggling around, you know. And the one person, they kind of have to like overlap their shadow with whatever they're aiming for, and then reach down, grab, and then it's mash A to like keep trying to hold on to it until you bring them over to the pipe. So the thing is, the minigame feels overly easy if you're the one, because the way it works, if you get crane game, particularly at the beginning of the game or when the other 3 players just don't have that many coins, optimally you're going to want to go for the big treasure chest plush. And you go for that, if you're good at mashing, you just keep mashing and then you get a free 10 coins out of the minigame. It's a free minigame, that's kind of a problem. But the fun part of crane game is when somebody among the 3 has a lot of coins, and so you try to go for them, and then it's basically a contest to see who can mash faster, because if the person on the crane mashes faster, then they take a third of that person's coins. But if the person that is the plush doll mashes faster, then they escape the grasp, and the minigame goes nowhere. And because of that, it's just kind of an alright minigame, because it's not really super engaging, and there's not a whole lot that can happen. It's just like there's this one aspect of the game that is kind of fun, at least for me, but the rest of it is just so meh, because it's just a free minigame, basically. Or it could just end in nothing happening, which is also a problem. But, you know, a lot of minigames can end like that. It's just, this one in particular, it's like, really? I dropped that, but I was mashing so hard. I was mashing the hardest I could mash, you know, so it's, I don't know. I kind of want to give it D tier, but I would understand if someone wanted it in C tier also. I just don't think it's an F tier minigame. I don't think it's F tier. It's not F tier. I'm not giving it F tier. Alright. So, crane game is actually okay, not gonna lie. C tier. I don't like crane game. Here's the thing. If a mashing minigame that actually matters how hard you mash... it's a mashing minigame that actually matters how hard you mash, and it doesn't last too long. But okay. I thought the CPU was cheating in this. I couldn't wiggle out of them. Human players is okay. C, worse than grab bag. D, okay, well... Yeah, you know what? No, if it was going in C tier, I was gonna put it in low C tier. Is Coin Block Blitz better, though? Do I agree with the fact that it should be below Coin Bag? I do think it should be below Coin Bag, but above Treasure Divers. Nope, I'm sorry, Buried Treasure. There's too many treasure-based minigames. I'm thinking... I don't know. I kind of want to put it below Coin Block Blitz, honestly. I don't think it's better than Coin Block Blitz. But Coin Block Blitz does have some luck involved. So I'm not sure, because I generally don't like luck-based stuff. I'm not a very lucky guy. You think any other minigames will be in Super F? No. No, because none of the minigames are as bad as Bash and Cash is. I created that tier specifically for Bash and Cash. I just thought it would be funnier to call it Super F. Blitz is boring. Crane Game's kind of boring too, though. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The thing is, I just don't like that Crane Game is like a free game. That's my problem with it. It's a free game if you don't go for the human players. And if you're at least decent at mashing. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I gotta put it below Coin Block Blitz. I just don't think it's better than Coin Block Blitz. I tried to see it as better, but I have more fun with Coin Block Blitz, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. You should change Super F to G for garbage. No, Super F is funnier. G is too serious. Alright, so the next minigame we have is one I don't understand why they brought back twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. I haven't played Mario Party 2, don't tell me. I don't know if it's in Mario Party 2, but just don't tell me. So they brought back Piranha's Pursuit in at least 2 games. Mario Party The Top 100 and Mario Party Superstars. I don't understand this one. Why? Why? So the thing is, for one, if the one player on the skateboard is competent and doesn't make any mistakes, it is very unlikely that the 3 will actually win. Like, it's almost impossible for the three to win in this situation. Because the thing is, what you have as the 3 is you're all standing together on this cloud, and you're trying to ground pound to rain on this piranha plant. But for one, there's a cooldown between rain, and you can't ground pound together to make it rain harder or anything like that, or at least as far as I'm aware. So, you know, you can't, like, try to ground pound to time it all up so that you're just constantly raining or anything like that. But what happens is, when the piranha plant is caught in the rain, it kind of grows a little bit and kind of speeds up some, and then, as it speeds up, the cloud actually does move over a little bit, and that kind of, like, seeing it move as far as it does sometimes, it makes me think that the idea behind this minigame was supposed to be if the 3 are good enough at working together, ground pounding. I think the idea they were trying to go for was they can keep moving it forward enough to where no matter how good the one is, the piranha plant catches up with them and gets them. But the way they implemented it doesn't work. It does not work at all. And I'm sorry, I'm not giving them the points for the cool concept, because it's not a cool concept. It's so boring as the 3. You can't win as the 3. Oh, by the way, in Mario Party 1, if the 1 wins, 5 coins from each person on the 3 goes to the 1. So it's you lose for something that is completely and utterly out of your control, unless you just have the most masterful coordination ever, or if the 1 just screws up. Like, it's an F-tier minigame. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The 1 is basically guaranteed to win as long as they are at least somewhat good, which is my biggest problem, because nobody is coordinated enough to be able to work with the cooldown between the rain and get the piranha plant to catch up to the 1. I can see what they were going for, but the way they implemented it does not work. It doesn't. So, you know, but here's the thing. So, I am going to put this below Pipe Maze, because the thing is, with both of these games, at least with Pipe Maze it's over quickly, but that's why I'm putting Pipe Maze above, but there's a few reasons. So for one, this is not over quickly. If you're the 1, you're going to be mashing for a while, and there's no map on the bottom of the screen in this game, so you don't entirely, unless you have the course memorized, you don't know how long you're going to be sitting there mashing for, but it's a while. It's a while. You're going to be mashing for a while. But on top of that, the 3 actually lose coins for this game. In both of these games, the 3 have basically no control over, like, the fact that they could try to win. They do have some more control here, but they also lose coins when they don't win. And they're not likely to win. So I think it is worse than Pipe Maze. You could disagree. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving Piranha's Pursuit above Pipe Maze. I think it is a worse game than Pipe Maze. F. Easy, actually. You can't even make mistakes? Really? Can I offer super duper F for Piranha's Pursuit? No! I'm not putting Piranha's Pursuit below Bash and Cash. I'm sorry, Bash and Cash is the worst minigame in my opinion. Not even Piranha's Pursuit is as bad as Bash and Cash is, if you ask me. Because with Bash and Cash, you can lose like 20-something coins. Maybe more. You can't lose that many with Piranha's Pursuit. Wouldn't call it balanced, but it's not as bad, at least. Alright, so we're going to end off the 1v3s with some pretty alright minigames. So, Tug of War. It's a cool game, I guess. It doesn't last too long, thankfully. There is a timer, so it has to end at some point. You can't be super competitive and keep pulling against each other for forever. But, you know, chances are most of the time there is going to be a victor. The way this minigame works, you know, you just rotate. You rotate the joystick. This is one of the ones that get warned about in later entries. And actually, when you boot the game up on Nintendo Switch, you rotate the joystick. you rotate the joystick, you break your palms, or you break the other opponent's hearts because they just lost coins. it is kind of balanced, and it's not horribly long. So I think it's alright for that, at least. There's not a whole lot going on. It is literally just whoever can rotate the joystick faster, but what you have is this one person who basically has the power of 3 people, or I don't know if it's exact, but it's basically the power of 3 people with rotating the joystick, and then you have 3 other people who are also trying to rotate the joystick as quickly as possible. Thing is, the weakest link is basically what the game goes by. If there's someone who's not rotating the joystick super fast on that side, on the 3, it doesn't try to, like, average everything together, or at least it doesn't feel like it does. Like, if someone's not rotating that quickly, then you're all going. It doesn't matter how fast the other 2 are rotating, you know? So that's a problem with the minigame, I would feel. It's kind of harder to win as the 3, because all 3 people have to be really fast at rotating the joystick, and probably sort of faster, at least on average, maybe. I don't know if it actually averages together, but it doesn't feel like it does. At least on average, it kind of feels like all 3 of them probably have to be better than the one. But, you know, I don't know. It's an alright minigame. It's just you break your palms because everyone's super competitive, so you have to rotate super quickly. And on later controllers, it's fine, but on the actual N64 controller that was recreated for the Nintendo Switch, oh my god, that hurts. Hard plastic, my beloved. It hurts to rotate the joystick with your palm on the Nintendo 64 controller. So, I don't know. Can't really give it the point, though, for the later controller thing, because it wasn't designed for later controllers. It was designed for the Nintendo 64 controller. So you will be hurting your palm, or your thumb, or whatever else. Alright, just wear a glove. But the fact that you have to wear a glove for a minigame, I don't know. That's not ideal. Imagine, like, oh, tug of war comes on. Everyone put on your gloves, because we're all fast rotators. We all rotate with our palms. I don't know. I don't think that's great. I think if a minigame requires you to be playing intensely enough, that you could potentially hurt yourself, and if it requires a warning, I feel like that's not good. Hear me out. Okay. Okay. It's boring. It's actually rigged. It lasts too long. Really? It's rigged? I don't know. Oh, wait, you're talking about... I'm sorry. The separation between things. I thought you were talking about Tug of War. No, you were talking about Friend's Pursuit. But anyway. Anyway. Hear me out. For what it was, it's a fun minigame. No, it is a fun minigame. I'll agree with you on that. I'll be willing to put it in B tier, honestly. I have it on C tier in the notes, but I'm willing to put it in B tier. It's just the fact that it can hurt you if you have to play the game intensively and you don't wear a glove or something like that. That's kind of something that knocks the game down for me. I don't think that's the greatest, but you know what? At least it doesn't last super long. Anyway. So, what? High B? I'll put it above Coin Block Bash. I'm not putting it above Treasure Diver. Because I don't know. I personally think button mashing is more fun than joystick rotation. So, there's your high B. It's not like the highest B, but it's somewhat high at least. I'll give you that. Are you happy? I gave you high B for Tug of War. Below Divers. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. We agree on that thing. Cool. That is not the thing. Why did Discord open? Get out of here. Get out of here. Should not have had that tab. Why was that tab even open in the first place? Thought I closed everything out. Anyway. So, Paddle Battle! It's essentially Tug of War, but it lasts way longer and is way more painful. Why? Okay, so it kind of has like that same thing going on with Tug of War 2, where like the weakest link on the side of the 3 will kind of determine how things go. I've kind of figured something out with the computers. They seem to take turns. With at least with the hard or very hard computers, what seems to happen is they seem to take turns a little bit. Like sometimes they'll go like I think for about a second they go super fast, and then they kind of slow down a bit, and then they go super fast, and they slow down a bit. So that's why when you have a computer on your team, it feels like sometimes they're trying really hard, and other times you're having to try super hard and it's still not working. You know, like I think they literally alternate between going fast and going slow, at least based on observation. That's what it looks like to me. Because like, especially, I actually set all the players to computer players, and they literally went back and forth. Like, oh, you hit the coins, and now you get the coins, and now you get the coins, and now you get... Like, they literally went back and forth between the two sides of the river constantly. It was hilarious. So, I'm pretty sure they just take turns alternating. But, you know, that's the computer players, and we're not really judging the way the computer players behave, aside from, this minigame. I don't like the fact that they mash as hard as they do on very hard. I'm a fast masher and I cannot beat them. I feel like that's a bit much. But anyway. So, I don't know. It's essentially tug of war, but it's like really long and drawn out. And rather than it being a thing where it's like a set number of coins, it's... You can keep getting coins knocked away from one team or the other. Which is a cool concept. I'll give them that. It's a cool concept. I do like it. It's like 3 coins, 1 from each person goes over to the 1, or just 3 coins from the 1 person goes to 1 of each of the 3. So that's kind of balanced. That's fine. That works. I feel like Paddle Battle in particular would probably have worked a little bit better if it were a 2v2 instead of a 1v3. But it's fine. It's fine as a 1v3. It's not the worst. It's not like it impacts it too much. It's just kind of weird to me, especially because the 1 doesn't have like a visibly bigger paddle or anything. Like visually, that's something about the game that really bugs me. But I don't know. So I'm thinking B tier. I'm thinking B tier for Battle Paddle. Nope. Paddle Battle. I'm thinking B tier for Paddle Battle. Because I don't know if it's above Tug of War or below. I'm kind of wanting to put it below. Because of how long it is. It's really long and drawn out. But the concept of the number of coins that can come out of it not being set is kind of cool. It's just, you know, if you're bad at joystick rotation and you're on the 1, you're about to lose a lot of coins. A lot. And you know what? I'm putting it high C tier. I'm going to put it in high C tier. What do y'all say? Alright, so like way worse than Tug of War? Oh, alright. Stick rotation minigames are all D and 1 is super F. This one actually deserves to be an F. It is not fun. Tug of War lasts like 10 seconds. Paddle Battle is 35 to 40. Okay, since y'all feel so strongly against this one, I'll lower it down to high D tier. No, you know what? I'll put it above Box Mountain Mayhem. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. For me, at least, it's not the worst thing, but oh my god, it is exhausting. I'll agree with y'all on that one. I don't think it belongs in F, personally, because the minigame at least works somewhat. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. Alright, so anyway, last 1v3 minigame. We got 1 more to go. Coin Shower Flower, and it's below Bowl Over. It's below Bowl Over. So the thing is, this minigame is extremely unbalanced because it's very unbalanced in favor of the 1. Because what you have is, instead of having this thing where the 1 has like kind of limited, no, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, actually, kind of limited space to move and they can like easily miss coins or something like that. Instead, they have this circular platform that tilts on the side that they're on, which is... Why? Was there a point to doing that? But it's just, it tilts on the side that they're on. So all the coins that land on the platform, no matter where they land, are going to start falling in that direction. So you can literally just stand on, like, the south side is probably the easiest side to see. You stand on the south side of the platform and just, like, keep, you know, doing it just enough to where it's, like, tilted that way, but not enough to where you start, like, running forward again. So you just have all these coins like falling toward you, and you can just ding, 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 like, and there's not like a whole lot of space, you know. So these coins are all fairly close together, and you can get like 30-something coins out of this mini game. While the 3, by the way, who don't share a coin thing, because that's not a thing in Mario Party 1. Everyone has individual coin counts. The 3 all get like 1 or 2 coins at most. You see, like, it's horribly unbalanced. I feel like this minigame would honestly be way better if the platform didn't tilt. I think it would be better if the platform stayed completely stationary and the coins just kind of could fall around the edges of the platform and the one had to, like, actually walk over to the coins and get them. That would have been way better, way more balanced, because then the 3 could actually get something. But as it is, it's so unbalanced in favor of the 1, and it's really bad because of that, in my opinion. It works. No, you know what? Hold on. F tier. I'm putting it in F tier. I'm actually going to go there. I'm putting it in F tier. I haven't seen the chat yet, by the way, so I don't know what y'all are saying. But I'm putting it in F tier above Pipe Maze, because at least you can get something out of it if you're the 3, and you don't lose coins, because it's a coin minigame. But, man, this minigame sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's not the worst thing ever, but it kind of is, and it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. This one is so bad. Yeah, I agree. The 1 can easily get 30 coins. One player gets way too many coins. The 1 player drops and the game ends. Oh, yeah, that's a thing, too. I forgot about that. So, the 1 player can drop off the platform after getting enough coins to satisfy them, and they don't lose coins, or, they don't come out of it with 0 coins or anything for dropping off the platform. They get to keep all the coins they got, and the minigame just ends. Why? Why? Why is it designed like that? This minigame sucks. It's not as bad as Pipe Maze, but it sucks, dude. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Is Gil still here? I don't know. Alright, so we're moving on to we're moving on to the 2v2 minigames now. And here's where things are gonna start feeling a little bit more balanced again. There's like 5 2v2 minigames. I don't know. These minigames are probably gonna be ranking closer to closer to like B or C tier, because a lot of them are just kind of alright. They're not the best thing ever, but they're not the worst either. They're just alright. A lot of these are alright. There is one, though, that is going to be ranking very, very low. Go ahead and take a guess which one it is. Anyway, so starting with Bobsled Run. This one is just very alright, in my opinion. It's alright. I feel like it would be better if the 2 teams were on separate courses. Like, you have a whole split thing, a whole split screen thing going on. And I just feel like the 2 teams should not be interacting with each other, because a big problem with I'm sorry, I cannot speak all of a sudden. A big problem I have with this game is the paths are very narrow, which itself is fine, don't get me wrong. But it's the fact that these 2 teams are on literally the same course, they can interact with each other. So if both teams are really good at taking tight turns, it basically comes down to the beginning for which team can mash faster. And even still, if both teams are like pretty like even with mashing, then the team on the left is going to be the one that wins, because the first turn on the course is a left turn. So I don't know. I don't want to say it's balanced. It kind of is, but also kind of not, because if you fall behind at the beginning and the other team is really good at making tight turns, chances are you're not catching up as the losing team. Like, you can't do anything to, like, knock them out of the way. You can just kind of, like, brush up against them, and then, oh, you're brushing up against the back? Well, too bad. Now that just means you get a slowdown, and they get to keep going. What? Like, I wish you, like, bumped off of each other or something, like Mario Kart style, you know? It's not great. It sucks. It sucks. It's fine. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it sucks. It's fine. It's fine. It's a decent minigame. It's just, as the losing team, you will probably not catch up unless the winning team makes some sort of terrible mistake. Also, there's only one course, so it plays the same every time. I consistently win after, like, either 59 seconds or 1 minute. It's boring. So I'm saying probably C tier, but maybe D tier, because of the fact that there's no way to catch up. Bobsled Run's high B? I'm not doing high B. I don't agree with that one. I'm sorry, but if both teams are too good, then one of them's going to end up on the lead, and then you can't really catch up unless one of them screws up. We'll do high C, though. I'll put it above Keep Away. We'll do above keep away. It's a good game, just no variety. But anyway, it's past midnight here, yeah. Hi, did some other stuff and came back because I saw the stream is still going. Well, hi, this is what the ranking looks like. I created a second tier. I'm sorry, not a second tier. A new tier for Bash and Cash. I put it in Super F. I don't agree with you. I agree with me, and that's all that matters. I will fight you. I will make you wear the Bowser suit in Bash and Cash. In Bowser's Bash and Cash. Ooh. Okay. We'll do low B. We'll compromise. We'll do low B. I'm not moving it higher than this. I'm moving it higher than this. I realized running of the bulb was there. Okay, I'm not moving it higher than that. That is the highest I'm going with Bobsled Run. I just don't agree with it. The music is good, though. I'll say that. I like the music. The music's kind of Logan versus Sly. Oh my god, it's the Logan face-off. Logan versus Logan. That's pretty crazy. Oh, wait. Was I whatever. Forget it. Anyway. Fine. Yeah, handshake. There you go. You are very strong about your opinions. It's okay. I am, too. But I compromise. But anyway. I like the music though. Isn't the Super F the grade Mr. Crocker? Yeah, that was the inspiration. Like I literally wrote that down in the notes. Specifically, do Super F. Create a tier called Super F for Bash and Cash. But yeah, no, that's why I did that. Hold on. I think there was an exclamation point, maybe. Nah, whatever. We're just gonna go like that. All right, I like the music though. I'm gonna give it a point for music actually. The music in Bobsled Run. It's like a little remix of what was it? Do 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 do. That music. Wait, speaking of music, is the thing off? Oh, we ran out of music. But yeah, I don't know. It at least to me, it kind of sounds like a remix of the theme. The one from Super Mario Bros. 3. The, is it World... It's World 4, I think. The World 4 music. Giant Land. Alright, Mario Party 3 music time! And if we're still going after Mario Party 3 is done, we'll loop back around to Mario Party 1, because even though I can't hear the music, I'm not putting on Mario Party 4's soundtrack. I don't want any chance that I spoil myself on that, because I know next to nothing about the GameCube games. And I want to keep it that way until I play them for myself on stream. I want to be surprised by those. But anyway, what's this app's name? It's a website. It's called Tier Maker. Anyway. So, moving on, finally. Move on to Desert Dash. I like this one. I do have one gripe with it. But also it's kind of boring. So here's the thing. So, as a cooperative team minigame, Desert Dash is very good. I like the idea that, you know, you both have to kind of press left and right at the same time, and you can't just go like left, you know, like even with a computer, you can't just sit there and spam left and right like that. Like there has to be some kind of rhythm, otherwise, you know, you're gonna trip and fall. Which, you know, fine, whatever. So it works really well as a cooperative game. It's a little bit more difficult over online play, especially, one, because you're not in the same space, but, you know, that's, even if you didn't have to deal with lag, it's still kind of a little more difficult unless you both kind of know the rhythm you're going at. So, I don't know, but that's not something I can fault them for, because online play wasn't a thing around this time, so that's no fault of this game. But something I'm not a fan of for this game, for one, it's just super short, but I'm not a fan of how short the stun is for the Thwomp Crush, and, for that matter, the fact that it actually moves you forward ahead of the Thwomp. What's the point of not getting hit by the Thwomp, then? Just go as fast as possible, get crushed by the Thwomp, you'll still be ahead of the other team if they decided to wait, or got stuck behind it. You know, like, that's kind of a problem I have with this minigame. It's not built the best. I feel like the Thwomp should have stunned you for longer. Maybe moved you for... No, I think it should have stunned you for longer, and you should have been moved backward. That's how I feel the Thwomp should have moved. Or worked. But, like, it should have stunned you... Like, it should have moved you backward, and it should have stunned you for long enough that the other team can kind of move forward if they didn't get crushed. That's my one problem with this minigame, is the Thwomp stun does not work. It doesn't hinder you, it makes it better. But, you know, aside from that, I think it's an alright game. Desert Dash is B. Low B, probably. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm going to put it above Bobsled Run. I think it's better than Bobsled Run. I have more fun with Desert Dash. I'm sorry. I have more fun with Desert Dash. I can't say the word desert. I don't know why. I have more fun with Desert Dash. There we go. Finally didn't try to make a TH sound there. Than I do Bobsled Run. So I'm going to put it above Bobsled Run. But aside from that, yeah, it's a low B game. I'll agree with that. Alright, so can I recommend Pictionary on NES? Unironically, one of the best OSTs on the system. My internet hanging on for dear life right now. It's okay, because mine isn't. Mine's not hanging on for dear life. Mine is perfect. I don't know why I just switched over to OBS as if y'all could see that. You can't. But mine is perfectly fine. It actually is. I think it's better than my internet at home. I remember beating you in Desert Dash. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I don't know who I was with, but yeah, you beat me. That was pretty funny. I will fight you, actually. I will fight me too. Alright, but you know what? Hopefully, I really, really hope we can agree on this one. Bombsketball sucks. It sucks. I'm not like C tier at the low C tier at the highest. But I'm thinking D tier for this minigame. So here's the thing. For one, this minigame is way too short. It is a one and done. And like even the room, it would have been way better if the room was bigger, but it's not. You know, it's just a one and done. It's over just like that. You know, I don't like that. It lasts like maybe what? Not even 10 seconds. Honestly, the room should have been longer. Also, I'm not sure. Oh, hold on. Actually, well, no, hold on. I'm gonna get my gripes with this minigame out of the way first, and then I'll talk about how I feel like it could have been improved. So I'm not really sure why in this game the team that loses coins. Like, can someone make that make sense to me? Because one, this is already an incredibly short minigame, so it feels kind of unfair if in the 8 seconds it's gonna take, maybe less, for them to get to the other side. You know, if you don't manage to steal the Bob-omb, then you lose coins. But also, on top of that, literally the finishing animation for Bombsketball is a thing blows up, and a treasure chest opens, and 10 coins, 20 total, but 10 coins for each player come out of the treasure chest and go to the winning team. So, why do the losing team lose 10 coins? The coins came from the chest, not the losing team. Why do they lose coins? Why that doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. Visually, that does not match. They should have changed the finishing animatic if they wanted to do that. Why? But no. The way I would have improved this minigame personally is, for one, keep it a 2v2. It does work as a 2v2 minigame. But I think the way it should have worked is, for one, the room should have been a bit longer. But also, I think it should have been, the Bob-omb is just in the middle of the two, like, hold on. You see how they're arranged in like a 2x2 pattern here? I think the Bob-omb should have been in the middle of the 4 players. So whoever gets it first starts off with the Bob-omb, rather than them just choosing a team saying, oh, they're going to start first, you know? But also, the room should be longer. I think the room should be longer. I don't agree with the room being as small as it is. The minigame is over so quickly, and it sucks for that. Especially if you're on the team that doesn't start with the Bob-omb, because then it's like, you really have to just know what the player with the Bob-omb is about to do, or else you're not taking it from them. You know? So, I don't know. This is like a D tier minigame for me. Probably above Musical Mushroom. I don't know. I don't know about Bombsketball. It's not that good of a game. Bombsketball is A? Shut. This game is great. I'm not giving you that one. I'm not giving you this one. No. I'm not giving you Bombsketball A tier. This is such a D tier minigame for me. I will not. It is low C tier at best. Do you want to compromise for low C tier? If you say you will fight me, I'm doing high D tier above Musical Mushroom. You will give me this one. Are you sure about that? I don't. Call it a garbage take if you will. I don't care. You're so lame. I know I am. I'm the lamest. I'm putting it above musical mushroom. Haha. I'm sorry, it's just too short. That's my problem with this minigame. If it wasn't so short, I think it would be better. My problem, I don't have a problem, I do have a problem. I kind of have a problem. And thinks it's better than Bombsketball? What? Wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, no, that's not. Never mind. I got Hot Bob-omb confused for a second. Anyway, this is the most entertaining chat so far. Yeah, because we're fighting. Hey. Look, we'll settle for low D tier. Or, I'm sorry, low D tier. I'm demoting it because you keep fighting me. No, we'll settle for low C tier. I'm not doing like it's not better than Buried Treasure. I'm sorry. It is not. I kind of have a problem with short minigames, but not really. Like, I like Tipsy Turny. I kind of have a problem. We know, my friend. We know. I have a big problem. I have many problems. I'm a little bit deranged. I'm a little bit deranged. Woohoo! Anyway, somebody get popcorn. Okay, you know what? Super F below Bash and Cat. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, no, I don't think. I'm sorry. I'm not a huge fan. This is my tier list. Shut up. I'm just giving y'all a slight say. This is my tier list. But anyway, feel free to make your own. I mean, I'll put the link on Twitter, okay, after this. Make your own tier list. Excuse me again. Anyway, feel free to make your own tier list, but I'm not putting Bombsketball higher than low C tier. I'm going to stream my tier list tomorrow and make fun of you. Do it! I will be there! On the other Twitch account. I will be there on the other Twitch account. No point in hiding it. Everyone knows at this point. But anyway, do it. I'll be there. I'll contest with all your opinions. But anyway. Actually, hold on. When you do it, make sure it's kind of like more so in the afternoon, because I can't really do early day. I can't do early day because I have like a class, around 9, I think. No, I'm sorry, it's 11. Yeah, so no, don't do early day stream. I wanna actually be there. No, actually, I'm streaming on YouTube. Oh, okay, cool. But I do not care about Twitch. Neither do I. I have not streamed there in so long. I don't care about that site. I don't think I ever cared about it to begin with, but I at least gave it a shot for a while. It just wasn't fun. YouTube just felt better for me. Don't worry, I'm doing it later in the afternoon. Okay, cool. Do like, I don't want to say 2 o'clock because I have a calculus class from like 1 to 1:50. So do like 2:30 or something. I don't know. Or maybe later. I don't know. After the calculus class, I don't have anything else going on tomorrow, so I'm cool with whatever. But anyway, feel free to make fun of me as much as you want. I love being made fun of, unless you're actually being genuine, like actually bullying. But, you know, aside from that, I love being made fun of. It's funny. I've used it for a few select streams. Yeah, I kind of have too. I used to use it for, like, just kind of off streams. You know, taking a break from talking about the minigames for a second. I used to use it for off streams, but nowadays I'm like, I just like YouTube a lot better, honestly. So, if I ever do an off stream that isn't something I want on my main channel, I'd probably stream it to my second channel, honestly. Especially because the second channel already has all my archives from the Twitch streams, so, I mean, it makes sense to do it on my secondary. I was about to scroll up and say, speaking of, I used that account for this, but I don't want to scroll up and potentially ruin anything. Anyway, When I say used, I mean I watched the streams. Oh, well, like you like being made fun of? Kinda. When it's like in a comedic way. But anyway, no, of course, I still use Twitch to watch streams. Kind of, not really. Sometimes I'll pop in. I still prefer watching streams on YouTube. I'm just more familiar with YouTube, okay? This is my platform. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll use Twitch to watch streams, but I'm not gonna stream there anymore. I just don't care, man. I don't care about that site. W? Yeah, W. I mean, I've considered maybe using Restream to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but I think there's like a watermark if you don't pay for it, so no thanks. No thanks, I'm good. I'll stay on YouTube. I don't need Twitch that badly. It would be cool, but I don't need it. What I do need is to actually finally get around to sprucing up my streams, make a whole PNG tuber icon thing, and like have a live chat in the corner. That's what I've been wanting to do that for so long, especially because one streamer in particular was really cool about it. He doesn't stream anymore, but one streamer was like really cool about it and just made me want to do it really badly because I realized how boring my streams were in comparison. But anyway, I don't like the idea of using Restream. I like the idea of using Restream to stream on multiple platforms, but I just don't have a reason to, because one, you have to like pay to not have a watermark, and on top of that, it's I don't need to stream on any other platform. I'm happy on YouTube. I have an audience here. I don't have an audience on any other platform. I couldn't get one on Twitch. But anyway. So, are we ready to go back to the minigames? Let's talk about minigames again, because the next one we have is one I personally like, but I'm also a huge button mash fan. But this one's kind of exhausting. This one is called Handcar Havoc, and it's fun. It's faster than all. I like this minigame. I think I have it noted down as an A-tier minigame. Y'all are free to contest that if you want, because the thing is, Handcar Havoc does go on for a very, or at least, well, I'm not going to say it goes on for a very long time, because we have another one to compare to, but it goes on for long enough that even for me, it starts to get really, like, I get so worn out, man. And on top of that, one other problem I have with the minigame is, it doesn't work quite how you think it does. Like, if you're going max speed, you don't want to, like, slightly hold the joystick left or right, because, you know, for some reason, you'll still just fall off that way. You want to tilt the joystick, like, all the way to the right or all the way to the left if you're mashing at max speed. So it's kind of... that's something about it I don't really like, but that's neither here nor there, honestly. It doesn't impact it too much. In fact, it makes it easier, so whatever. Or easier if you understand that you have to hold all the way over if you're going max speed. But anyway, I think it's a fun minigame, but the thing is, it really does require a lot of mashing for everyone involved. And also, another thing, actually, the camera movement is confusing sometimes. Like, if you know the route, then you know the route. The camera movement's not really going to impact it, and the camera movement isn't going to make it so you have to hold up or hold down or anything like that. You still hold right or left. It's just, I don't like the way the camera moves in this minigame, because it, like, puts a bunch of super tight turns all together, and the camera doesn't really know what to do, so it just kind of goes all over the place, and it moves slower than it really should. It's meh. But, you know, as, like, overall, I would say Handcar Havoc is a pretty good minigame. I would say it's A or B tier, honestly. Handcar Havoc is a B. Isn't that your Twitter audience? What, my Twitch? I guess? Not, I don't know. Even still, not as many people. Like, I have 8 people in the stream right now. I think, what, 5 of which are being active? I don't feel like counting. Hold on, Linky, yo, slightly in. Oh, so 4. 4 are active right now, but usually Steven's active too, so that would be 5. But, you know, I have like 8 people on this stream right now. I don't even get that many on Twitch. I have a bigger following on Twitter, but I still don't get that many people in my stream. I don't get 8 people in my streams on Twitch. I get like 4 max. My Twitch streams just go nowhere, no matter which Twitch account I'm streaming on. But anyway. So, Handcar Havoc, I'll say it's a high B tier. We'll say it's high B tier. It's because of how long it goes on. He went to sleep, by the way. But, you know, I'd say it's a high B tier. The thing that knocks it down is just how long it goes on for. It's such an exhausting minigame. I will put it above Treasure Divers, though. No, I won't. I'll put it above Tug of War. At least Treasure Divers ends when it knows to end. But anyway. So what we really have here... I don't like this minigame! So, Deep Sea Divers. It's basically Treasure Divers, but it's a 2v2 minigame. So what you have is it randomly selects, or at least I think it randomly selects, I could be wrong. It seems to randomly select one person as the diver and the other person as the reeler. So one person, the diver, is going to be mashing really hard, especially at the beginning, because chances are you're going to see that big chest at the bottom, and both of you are just going to be going for it. So you're going to be mashing so hard, but then the reeler also has a terrible job. This is one that will break your freaking palms if you're not wearing a glove. I don't like this minigame. The reeler has to just sit there and rotate the joystick a whole bunch, and it gets so exhausting for everyone involved, regardless of whether you're mashing or rotating the joystick. Thankfully, the reelers do get a little bit of a break, because they don't have to reel them up as the divers are, like, going down. But you really have to reel in hard when they're going up, especially if they're carrying one of the heavier chests, and especially the biggest chest, because it's so far down there, and it's so heavy. So, like, it's a two-man job. You're both having to push really hard, or else the diver's going to drown and drop the chest. And on top of that, there's a lot of chests to go after, and the game doesn't end until all of them are collected. And it's a coin minigame, but, you know, that's beside the point, honestly. It goes on for so long, and it's so physically exhausting. I don't like this minigame. Treasure Divers is infinitely better than Deep Sea Divers. I'm sorry, this minigame takes way too long. Bad Treasure Divers. Yeah, it is bad Treasure Divers. This is the drowning minigame. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You're not likely to drown as long as you're both fast, regardless of which roles you have. But, like, it's oh my god. On top of that, because of the way this minigame works, there's not really gonna be much of a different result. Because if you have the two mashers are both really good at mashing, regardless of whether the reelers are good or not, the way this minigame is probably going to be played out is whoever gets the big chest, whichever team gets the big chest is getting 16 coins and the other team is getting 11 coins. That's how it plays out every time, because they're, like, placed symmetrically, evenly apart. There's this big area. You have no reason to really go onto the opponent's side unless they're just being that bad. It just... Like, the results are predictable. It's just whoever manages to get the chest, or, I'm sorry, the big chest is the one that's going to walk out of it with 5 more coins than the other team. So, you know, it's... Oh, I have 10 viewers now. But, you know, it's... Deep Sea Divers sucks. I'm sorry. This is, like... Just for the fact... You know, no, I'm putting it in F tier. I was going to say maybe it's D tier, because at least it has the idea of Treasure Divers, and that idea is fun. But no, with how exhausting this minigame is, and only for it to just have the same predictable results every time, it's F tier. It's F tier. You know what? No, you get coins out of it. It's D tier. Low D tier. Very low D tier. But you get coins out of it. Everyone gets coins out of it, so that's somewhat worth it. But that's as high as that minigame goes. I'm not putting Deep Sea Divers that high. Anyway, that's it! That's all of the minigames! Just kidding. Obviously, that's not all the minigames. If you believe me, you're blind. That was not part of the script. I came up with that on the spot. Or not the script, the notes. I keep calling it the script because it's kind of what it is. With some minigames, I am kind of just reading it off, but with others, I just have little notes. So, you know. It was mostly with Bash and Cash. Bash and Cash was the most scripty one, because I have very strong opinions on that minigame, but I didn't want to just sound like I was yelling and complaining. I wanted it to be at least somewhat funny, so... I'm gonna take a small break, and then we'll talk about the minigames. The one-player minigames, sorry. None of them are, like, horrible, or, well, actually, maybe there's one horrible one in there. But, I don't know, they aren't particularly bad. They're actually pretty alright. Some of them are pretty good, actually, I'd say. Need a stretchy. This is a nope, this is a stream where I'm just talking. I'm talking so much. Oh my god! I thought it was going to be an hour and a half. This was not an hour and a half. We're almost 3 hours in. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for deceiving every single one of you. Jesus Christ. I talk too much. Okay. Let me pull up the chat, actually. There's no reason to have the notes up right now. Can't wait for most of the one-player minigames to go in bad spots. Really? Really? Howdy! How's it going, Heaven T? Hope I pronounced that correctly. The music is still going, right? We got Mario Party 3 music playing? We do. Okay, cool. I've noticed Google Chrome has like a little sound icon thing. I could have just been looking at that this whole time. I'm kind of stupid. I'm also kind of far away from the mic. I'm sorry. I'm like literally leaning against my bed right now. It's okay. I couldn't sleep now anyways. Aw, I'm sorry. Aren't y'all going somewhere early tomorrow? You and Steven and Ray, I think. Should probably try to get some sleep. Anyway. Okay, I'm good now. I don't actually... Should I get another water bottle? Nah, I'll be fine. Okay. We don't have a whole lot left to talk about, except we do, except we don't, except we do. Okay! Memory match! Feel so alone with my papers that I need to hear something in the background. Oh. As long as you don't eat the mic? Oh. Alright. Memory match. So, I'm gonna be honest, actually, a lot of these one-player minigames, this is why I kind of declined on getting a water bottle. A lot of these one-player... I lied. Okay, half of these one-player minigames I don't really have a whole lot to say about. It's just, I like this one. I don't like this one. This one's alright. You know? I don't have a whole lot to say. So, memory match. I do have a little bit more on this one. Okay, so I think it's a fun minigame. I don't really have much against it. My problems with memory match are... Even with hitting the Bowser panel, or I'm sorry, hold on, let me clarify this. In 60 Hz versions of the game, so that's Japan and US, even when you hit the Bowser panel, unless you are just really bad at, you know, playing a game like this, here's a pro tip, just keep, unless you know, or unless you don't know what certain panels are, just try to stay close together. But anyway, you know, as long as you're playing this game smart, even if you hit the Bowser panel, you will still probably win this minigame, like, outright. You'll just get the full prize reward. So that's probably my only problem with it. It is a little bit harder in the 50 Hz version, I've noticed, because the timer seems to go down, weirdly enough, at least, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like the timer goes down at the same rate as the 60 Hz version. But overall, your movement is slower, so hitting the Bowser panel could actually be detrimental, unless you're doing really good. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, though, but that's what it felt like the few times I played on that version of the game. But I do think I would prefer, if it was like that, I would like... I mean, it's memory match. I would like to have at least a chance to lose it. But, you know. But even if you do lose... As long as you made some matches, you will still get some coins out of it, because you get like 1 coin for each match, and then it's like 10 coins total if you got all of them. So, I don't know. It's just a bit easy, but overall, memory match is pretty fun, I'd say. So, I should sleep. Easy minigame, just boring. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. I don't know what that retracted message said, but I'm curious now, because Gil's saying please don't. Unless that wasn't about the message. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think it is a little bit harder in PAL, so I'm not going to knock it completely for being easy. It's just kind of boring. Honestly, a lot of the one-player minigames are probably just gonna be like B tier. B tier. What is wrong with me? Every time I try to say B tier or C tier, I go to say B tier. I'm gonna give this one low B. I'm gonna put it above Running of the Bulb. I do have more fun with this than Running of the Bulb. Okay, Slot Machine. It's Slot Machine. Literally, what do you talk about with this one? You time it like a slot machine. It's not original, but it works. It works. It's a mini game. You can potentially lose it, but the timing is also, I've noticed, very lenient. It's not like it gets harder or anything. I imagine that could be devastating if it did get harder, though, because, I mean, you could lose 5 coins if you don't win this mini game. I don't know. B tiers. Me? B. Beat me. B tier. Yeah, I'm thinking B tier for Slot Machine. Like, it's just, it works. I'm gonna put it above Memory Match. I'll put it above Memory Match. Actually, I don't know. No. It's not better than Bobsled Run. Okay. I'm putting it above Memory Match. I think it is better because there is some challenge to it at least, but it's still really easy in my opinion. Remember Sears? I do. Alright, Shell Game. It's very playable and enjoyable. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say about the one-player minigames because they're extremely simplistic and they're one-player games. So it's not like you're competing against other people or anything, so there's not a whole lot to bring them down. It's just, oh, this one's boring. Lower score. I don't know. Shell Game, you watch the shells, hit the Koopa that has the right chest that has coins in it. I'll put it above Slot Machine. I'll put it above Slot Machine. I do like it more than Slot Machine. But, you know, that's only because the shells move ridiculously fast at times, so it can actually be difficult to keep your eyes on them. So, there's more challenge than there is in Slot Machine, I'd say. So, it's better. Shell Game is better than Slot Machine. High B? Oh, I don't know. Okay, you know what? Hold on. We'll put it above... We'll compromise. We'll put it above Hammer Drop. I guess it's kind of high B. That's going to be high B whenever I put more games in low B. Shell Game features me. Yeah, S tier? No. Nah, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Shell tier is like A tier. Jesus Christ. Shell Game is like A tier at best. Oh, you're talking about the Boo game. Okay, so Ghost Guess. I'm sorry, this one's lower than Shell Game for me. So here's the thing. It's basically kind of... no, it's not. It's not. It's not the same idea as Shell Game. It kind of has like a similar control scheme, similar control idea where you like go after a thing. But the thing is with Guess Game, Ghost Guess. I'm losing my ability to speak, guys. I've been talking too much. I've been talking for like 3 hours straight. Who knew a guy could talk this much? Anyway, Ghost Guess. It's fine. It's not the best. The thing that kind of brings it down for me is you can literally, like, I think you get, what, 30 seconds or something like that before you're out of time. So you can just stand there. Like, even if you couldn't tell which Boo moved first the first time, they all will, like, stop, and then they'll do it again in the same pattern. So you can literally just stand there and wait until you can finally catch which Boo moves first. Sometimes it's difficult, I'll give them that. Sometimes it's difficult, like, two will move very close to each other, or they'll do it in that pattern that's, like, really hard to tell, like, just, like, swaying left and right, like they don't squish or anything. I feel like that's a bit harder to tell than when they squish up. But, you know, so points for difficulty, I'll give them that. It's more difficult than Shell Game. But you can just, it's kind of cheese. You can just stand there until you figure it out. Ghost Guess is B as well. Gotta go now? Goodbye? Alright, see ya. Remember the Ultimate Showdown? I'm not sure which Ultimate Showdown you're referring to. I know of a lot of Ultimate Showdowns. But anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I'll put Ghost Gas. Oh, we got a second row coming in. I'm gonna put Ghost Gas above Bobsled Run. I do like Ghost Gas more than Bobsled Run. I'm not gonna lie. All right, but now we have Pedal Power. You rotate your joystick super hard until it lights up enough to kill the boo. And no, it's not lenient. So there's some challenge there, but you have to break your hand, basically. It doesn't last for super long, thankfully. But you do have to be fast and you have to do it consistently, and that's kind of a problem in my opinion. Because that's boring. That's the only reason why or I'm sorry, that's all there is to this game. It's just boring. It's boring, and for people who can't rotate fast, they're probably not going to win. They're going to lose 5 coins or lose Minigame Island. It's just not a fun game to play, honestly. It's just joystick rotation, and you're not even going against anyone. It's just a set outcome. So, I don't know. D. This one is also S for the same reason. Yeah, Hush, I know what that reason is for you. I'm thinking... I don't know about D tier. It's not like it's bad, it's just boring. Super F because this game broke me? Do you need me to come over there and just do it for you? Only half joking about that. But anyway, I don't know. It's not that bad, it's just boring. That's why I'm thinking like somewhere in C tier, probably more on the lower end, maybe. I'm putting it below Bombsketball. It's not better than Bombsketball. I'll give you there. You know what? There, I boosted Bombsketball slightly by putting something below it. I don't think it's D tier. I think it's a C tier game, honestly. What can I say? I have simple needs and interests. I'm sure you do. Alright, so the next one. Whack-A-Plant. I don't know how to feel about this one. So here's the thing. This is a fun minigame. I love Whack-A-Plant. It's very fun to play. And I'm actually kind of surprised. The thing is, I'm surprised it doesn't count as being a coin minigame. Because it absolutely is. The outcome of the coins you can get is very fluid with this minigame. So it, by all means, is a coin minigame. I don't understand why the game doesn't consider it one. I don't know. But, you know, it's one of the best single-player games in my opinion. The thing that brings it down, I'm not putting it in S tier. I'll maybe put it in A tier, though. I'll consider A tier. The thing that brings it down is the number of coins you can get from it. You can get like 30-something coins from it, which feels really rewarding as to one, but in the context of a competitive board game, that's really unfair for the other players. That's really unfair. Not as unfair as losing 20 coins, I'd say, but you know. High D, really? Oh wait, no, this one deserves to be an F. Ooh. Honestly, any game that gives too much advantage should never be higher than a C. Okay, you know what? I can actually agree with that. The thing is, it's fun. We'll do low B. Because here's the thing. It is at least fun. It's a fun minigame. And I'm not just judging by advantages. I'm judging by how fun they are, too. And, you know, a few other factors. But it's fun. It feels rigged. It kind of is rigged, actually. You know what? No, we'll do C. We'll do C. There we go. Yeah, no. You can get way too many coins from that one. I actually think it would be better minigame if the piranha plants could hit you. Maybe they can, but I don't think they can. I've jumped straight through one's mouth before. Don't take that out of context. I've jumped straight through one's mouth before, and it didn't hurt me or anything. I just kind of went over it and then landed on it and got my coin. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be better if the piranha plants could catch you and either end the minigame early or maybe take away 5 coins from your coin count. That would feel a little better. Though, overall, you'd probably still be bouncing over their heads, so you wouldn't lose that many coins unless you're just bad at the game. Hey, I'm bad at the game sometimes. But, you know, I don't know. we'll give it high C tier. It's fun, but yeah, I'll admit it gives too much of an advantage, especially for experienced players. They can't eat you. Yeah. So that sucks. I wish the piranha plants could like throw you off at least or stun you or something. Just something to make the game not so easy. But anyway, next up we have Ground Pound, and it's about on the same level as Memory Match, honestly. Like, in fact, actually, I'd say it's even easier because the game literally shows you which poles to ground pound on before you gain control of the character. Even if they didn't, you can still kind of see it under the butterflies. And on 60 hertz version of the game, you can get hit a few times. You can end up with a pole up your rear multiple times and still be able to hit all the ones that you need to hit to win the minigame. So it's not really the greatest. I don't know. I'm going to put it right below Memory Match because it's literally like on the same level for me is what it is. It's just that it's even easier. It's fun, but it's basically the same. Yeah, actually, it's kind of just the same. It's just Memory Match. You can't see what you need to hit and when. Because with Memory Match, you at least have some like order you have to go by, I guess, because you're trying to match things up. I don't know. 36 coins max. Really? Okay. Ground Pound is so boring. Worse than Memory Match. Yeah. Like, it's literally on the same level for me. It's just Memory Match is better. Alright. Teetering Towers! We're really getting close to the end here. Teetering Towers. I like this one a lot. I'll give this one a higher score. Or ranking, rather. A higher ranking. I do like Teetering Towers. It's a nice little platforming challenge, though I do feel like the point at which you're supposed to jump can be deceptive at times, because sometimes it really feels like you're about to make the jump, but then all of a sudden your character just slows down midair and you fall. So, like, you pretty much have to do it, 1, at the right time, and 2, on the edge of the platform. But if you do it like that, then you're pretty much going to land on the center of the platform you're aiming for, so it's a pretty good guarantee if you just play like that. It's not overly difficult, but there is at least some challenge to it because you have to tilt the platform in the direction that you want to go, and you have to time your jump well, too. On top of that, they also litter around like little coins and 5 coin bags. I think if you lose this minigame, you just lose 5 coins regardless, but I could be wrong. I think it might add the coins so that you don't lose as much. I don't know. But, you know, they do randomly place coins in coin bags, so that works. That's good. That's fine. That's all right. That makes it a little bit more interesting. Gives you an incentive to not just go straight down the path. But honestly, you're gonna get 10 coins if you just go straight down the path. So, I mean, I'd say this is an A tier game. But I would understand if someone else thinks it should be high B tier. Honestly, I just like that it feels like a little bit of a platforming test, testing your timing, testing your movement. You know, stuff like that. You don't really have other players in your way knocking you back or anything. Not that that's supposed to be a bash on Mushroom Mix-Up. It's just, you know, it feels more like a test than a minigame. But, you know, that's fine. I like it, personally. I think it's a low A tier game. The awkward Teetering Towers is a high B. The awkward jumping is really the only problem I have with this game. And it's actually a challenge. Yes, losing a one-player game. Okay. I'm going to put it in low A, actually. I mean, it's basically around the same spot anyway, because if I put it in high B, I was probably going to put it above Treasure Divers anyway. I just find this game more fun than Treasure Divers. But yeah, I'm going to do low A, honestly. I think it's better there. Okay, so, Knock Block Tower. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I don't like this minigame simply because I suck at it. But, so, the way this game works... I don't know, it's just kind of alright. So you are supposed to punch the little crates, but you also have thwomps in between the crates. There's always going to be two thwomps, but they're going to be kind of randomly placed, and I think there's always going to be at least one crate above the second thwomp. But the way the thwomps will behave is they'll kind of like go up and down, up and down. So, you know, as you get closer to the end of the minigame, it's going to become more challenging to actually hit the boxes you need to do, because for the last box, you would need to, you know, wait until they're both down and then jump up and hit that you know, at max jump height, pretty much hit that last box. So, you know, it's a good concept for a minigame. I actually do think it's pretty challenging. It's pretty fun. I just personally don't like it because I'm not good. Yeah, I'm letting my skill issues judge my or cloud my judgment of this game a little bit here. But I would still put it like high B though. It's still a good minigame. It also, hold on, the timer's a bit tight, but that's fine. That adds to the challenge. That's fine. But the thing that's weird is the way that you punch midair. I don't think they really designed for you to be able to punch midair in this game. Like, this is what, the one minigame where you can do that? And it's super weird because you just like very suddenly stop, but also like go up slightly. So if you don't know like the way that you're gonna just stop when you try to punch something, you're probably gonna end up accidentally punching a thwomp and getting sent flying off a thing. I'm not very good at this minigame. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I'm gonna put it in high B tier, honestly, because I think it's a good minigame. I just don't really, I don't like it as much as I liked Teetering Towers, really. I gotta get going. See ya. Oh, alright. Well, bye-bye. See ya, Sly. I love how you thought this would be a 1-hour stream. I know, pretty crazy, right? I don't think Sly liked my opinion on Knock Block Tower. I'm kidding. Alright, we'll put Knock Block Tower in B above Tug of War. We'll put it above Tug of War. Alright. We've got 2 main minigames left to talk about. And my chat is getting thinner. I'm sorry. I really did think this was going to be a short stream, but I don't know. I didn't think that ranking minigames would take as long as it does. I now know this for next time, so I will keep that in mind. I will not promise a short stream when ranking minigames anymore. Unless it's like Mario Party E or something. Yeah. Alright, so Limbo Dance sucks. It's a cool minigame. It's a cool minigame for the I like it. But my thing is, for one, with a lot of characters, it's very deceptive the way that you go down, because the way you go down is you like press A, and every time you press A, you know, your character will go down a notch, but if you like wait between A presses, they'll start lifting back up again. So, you know, that's a neat concept in and of itself. There's just a few problems with it. It doesn't really work. I think this minigame would have been better if it was sort of joystick based instead of A button timing based, because here's the thing. You can cheese this minigame very easily. The way that you can cheese it is like, hold on, let me go back to the character deceptiveness thing. So the way the characters go down, it's really deceptive because sometimes you don't think they're going to go down as far as they do. And sometimes you think they're lower than they actually are. Like with Yoshi, the first time I played Limbo Dance, I was super confused. I was like, what do you mean? How did I hit that? How am I supposed to avoid that? Because it looked like Yoshi was leaning like super far down, but he had this massive nose and bonk, the nose hits the thing. I'm like, how do you go further? Can you go further? I guess you can. Or you know, is there a character meta to Mario Party? There probably isn't, but you know. But I was like super confused, but turns out the more you press A, Yoshi kind of like turns his head to the side so that his nose won't like hit the things, which is fine, I guess. That works. Or like Luigi, I think it was. Luigi like starts off kind of standing high, but then out of nowhere he just randomly snaps to being like way lower down. And it's like, whoa, what are you doing there, buddy? So, I don't know. The way they handled the character animations of them lowering down doesn't really work super well, in my opinion. But also, you can cheese this minigame, because if you pretty much go down to the lowest setting to the point where the characters are, like, waving their arms, basically, you just want to wait, like, what, roughly a second and a half to 2 seconds, I think, between A button presses, and you'll basically be able to maintain that lowest possible height while not actually falling over. So you can pretty much just stay that way throughout the whole minigame and just, you know, go under the bars. I wouldn't recommend it because it's slower. So, you know, try to go under the bars quicker. Or, I'm sorry, the higher bars quicker, especially because there is a time limit. But, you know, if you can stay low down like that, especially toward the end when you start seeing the red bars that are super low, it's just cheese. You just, you know. There's also, like, one layout for this course where there's, like, 3 or 4 red bars in a row and they're super tight together, so it pretty much teaches you, hey, you can do this. Cool, thanks. I'm not gonna use this to cheese the minigame from now on every time I play it. Great job, guys. Great job. So, I don't know. I don't think this minigame works as well as it could. I think it would honestly work better if it was joystick based. Like maybe the character just automatically moves forward and you have to like sort of, you know, go left on the joystick, kind of like pressing A, except it's a joystick, so it's a little bit more fluid. And you're kind of like, you know, using left to lean over a little bit, but the character's kind of fighting you, trying to like stand up some, so, you know, you really have to like be good at it for that final section with like 4 red bars. Have a really good rhythm so you don't fall over, but don't hit one either. I think that would have been a bit more entertaining than, it would have been a lot more difficult, but it would have been more entertaining than pressing the A button a bunch of times. So I don't know, Limbo Dance is funny, but, you know, I'm part of the silent part of the chat. No, that's fine. I take every hour of stream I can get. Really? Limbo is funny. Luigi Exorcism. Yeah, he goes like... But anyway. Imagine Limbo when we use from Impossible. You can do it! With the laws of this video game, you'll find some way to squish down. Even if you're basically on the floor. Anyway. But yeah, so Limbo Dance... Honestly, it's a cool concept for a minigame, and it's kind of challenging, but once you know how to cheese it, you know how to cheese it, and it sucks, and I'm putting it above Slot Machine. It's not the worst thing. I could have put it in C tier. I was kind of considering doing that, but, you know, I didn't. But anyway, so now we have a very special minigame to talk about here. Bumper Ball Maze. So... I might oh my god, I said a lot about this minigame. Oh my god. Okay, so I might kind of read off a little bit more here than improv, which, you know, I'm sorry if that's the case, if that's what I end up doing. I'm just kind of, I kind of want to just read off here because that would be easier. But anyway, so I don't know if I want to rank Bumper Ball Maze, because here's the thing, the way Mario Party treats it, it is a one-player minigame by definition. It is in the one-player minigame things, but let me just kind of describe it a little bit. So it's Bumper Ball, but it's single player. Bumper Balls, sorry, but it's single player, and you go from point A to point B, and there's some shortcuts, and there's 3 different versions. Excuse me. There's 3 different versions of the minigame. You know, one of them is unlocked for just beating Minigame Island, which is why I feel like it would have been cool if the final minigame was Bumper Ball Maze 1 instead of just Slot Car Derby 2. But, you know, the final minigame, after you beat Minigame Island, that will be Bumper Ball Maze 1. After you 100% Minigame Island, you'll get Bumper Ball Maze 2, which is a little bit harder, but has more shortcuts, and that's actually the one I went with for the icon, because I couldn't find an actual icon for Bumper Ball Maze online, or at least the one from the game. So, or any one of the ones from the game. So I just kind of took a screenshot of Bumper Ball Maze 2 and just went for that, I guess. Or not a screenshot, but you know what I mean. I just kind of took an image. But anyway, Bumper Ball 2 is probably my favorite one out of those. But then, you know, if you clear Bumper Ball Maze 1 and Bumper Ball Maze 2, then you unlock Bumper Ball Maze 3, which is the hardest one and doesn't have any shortcuts. But, you know, it's a thing. So here's, like... The way these minigames work, I guess, these 3 Bumper Ball mazes, is winning or losing doesn't really affect anything, because this game does not show up at all during normal board gameplay. Or even on Minigame Island or Minigame Stadium, like, it doesn't show up. It is exclusively an extras minigame, before extra minigames were actually a thing. It's just an extra minigame. You just play it for fun, and, you know, that's that. But the reason why I was bringing that up is because there's a timer, so you can set a record and all that. But on top of that, whenever you clear the minigame, you'll actually get more coins the better you do. The more time you have left over, that's like more coins that you get. But again, it doesn't show up in Bumper Ball Maze. I'm sorry, it doesn't show up in board gameplay or Minigame Stadium or anything like that. So what's the point of the coins? Cool, I guess. Even still, like, whenever the way you have to select minigames in this, it's not like it's later Mario Party games where, you know, you can just kind of free play, you know, play whatever minigame you want at whatever time, maybe compete a little bit for a score or something like that. No, with this one you have to like pre-select minigames, and as far as I'm aware, if you want to select one type of a specific minigame, all the rest of the minigames you select, you have to like set up packs of minigames to play. You can't just select them. You have to set up a pack of minigames to play of like what, 1, 3, 5, or 7 games. So you have to set up a pack to play. And once you select a minigame of one type, because they're on separate pages, you cannot select a minigame of any other type. So you're still only going to be playing one-player minigames after Bumper Ball Maze. So I don't really get what the point of the coins is, because you're not competing against anyone or anything like that. So I don't know. It is a fun challenge, though. You don't even keep coins that you get from the minigame house. Whenever you're just free playing minigames, you don't keep those coins. But also, something else, since I brought up the packs, I want to talk about this. It doesn't entirely work, I guess, with the way that... This isn't any fault of this game itself. It's just Mario Party as a whole. Bumper Ball Maze doesn't really work with it because it's designed around this idea of trial and error, you know? You're kind of like... It's a challenge, you know? You want to reach the end. You want to see if you can get a faster time or something like that, but you can't just do it whenever. You have to set up a pack of this minigame to play. So, and as far as I'm aware, you can't like exit out either without resetting the console. But you don't want to reset the console, or else you might not get Bumper Ball Maze 3 when you're finished with 1 and 2. So, you know, it works better on modern consoles because you can create suspend points and just try it infinitely. But on like a Nintendo 64 and just how the game is meant to be played, you pretty much have to like set it up 7 times just to give yourself the most chances possible. And if you get it early, great, but you're gonna have to play it a whole bunch more now, or at least knock yourself off a whole bunch more. Or, you know, you should just do one game, I guess, but then you have to sit there and go through the whole process of selecting the game again and again and again, and that's annoying too. So, I don't know. The whole challenge thing just doesn't really work as being part of the first Mario Party game, is what I was saying. So, you know, that's kind of something that holds this minigame back. You know, hold on. Let me, like, read up. Okay, it sucks, but it's in B. Only reason I was gone for a while was that I thought it would be irritating in the tier list format. Or, I thought I would be irritating in a tier list format, and because Chucker Conroy uploaded new episodes. Okay. Cool. Glad you're here. Thanks. Okay. I'm playing Link to the Past while listening to this, and I just finished the first dungeon. Well, congratulations. Also, I hope you enjoyed the Chucker Conroy videos. But anyway, I see how it is. Chucker Conroy's just better than me. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I don't know. This minigame, it's hard to rank because it's different from every other minigame in the game. It's not like the one-player games where you're just playing it to get coins or something in a board. This one is specifically designed to just be its own extra challenge that you don't have to do, but that you can do. And it doesn't really stand out because of the weird unlock requirements and the fact that it doesn't show up in board gameplay at all. So it's just, I don't know, it feels wrong to try to compare it to the other minigames because I don't know realistically where I could actually put it. I'd say it's more fun, honestly, than a lot of the B rank games, but it kind of gets, it doesn't really belong in A rank, but it doesn't belong in B rank either, so I don't know. We're gonna, you know, here, we're gonna do this, We're going to create another new role. This one we're not going to be funny about it. We're just going to say this is Bumper Ball Maze. All 3 versions of Bumper Ball Maze, they just go there. That's just where I'm going to put them. And for now, I think that is the tier list complete. Or, well, kind of. I'm going to... Hold on. Let me switch away real quick because I don't want to... Hi, hope you enjoy black screen. I'm going to save this real quick. Just download the image. Okay, I didn't know if it was going to open any sort of folders or anything. I didn't want to risk anything that I didn't want to be seeing on a stream to be seen. But anyway, so now we have this massive tier list. Oh, mamma mia. Alright. You can't even see the minigames at the bottom anymore because there's multiple rows for B and C tier, and there's like 2 extra tiers that weren't there before. But anyway, so I don't know. So that's the first initial tier list. I'm going to take a break for a second, but I also want to talk about these 5 games down here. We're going to have to look up a little bit of info about them, though. We're going to learn. We're going to learn. But anyway. Sorry, but he offered me Black and White 2. I understand. I get it. Finally finished with my paper. I can finally repair my Wii U while listening to the stream. Oh, your Wii U's broken? Sorry to hear about that. Good luck with repairing it, though. Alright, didn't Chaka Conroy start out with Earthbound? Maybe. I think he might have. I don't know. I know it was one of his earliest series. And he did like a redo of it at some point. Even the redo was years ago, I think. I don't know. Alright, so. How's everyone doing? Are we agreeing with the tier list so far? I know. For those of you who have specific interests in the chat, you might enjoy the Boo games a little bit more than I did. But, you know, I'm sorry, these are my opinions. I just like to discuss things and change my mind if necessary. Oh my god, my throat is so worn out from all that talking. I'm so sorry. I really did think this was gonna... Oop, I'm sorry. I really did think this was gonna be a short stream. I did not think it would last this long. Yeah, I think he did. He replayed it in 2018, I believe. Yeah. I think it's a fine animal list. Tier. Oh my god! I finally got the joke! I finally got the joke that you were making. Wow, I'm so slow. Okay. Dude, that took 3 hours, but I finally... almost 3.5 hours, but I finally got the joke. Alright. I know he was interviewed by Mother Forever. Really? Is that a fan game? I think that's a fan game. My Wii U got corrupt due to the memory chip. I need to rewrite and install the OS. Oh, I'm so scared of that happening to my Wii U. I think I'm going to find some way to try to back it up at some point, or back up all the save data. I don't know. I got my Wii U a bit later, so I don't think it has that one memory chip that seems to particularly be causing a lot of problems. But I have heard about that, and it's made me very cautious. Like... I've heard that supposedly playing on the Wii U every now and then does help prevent it from happening. So, I'm playing on my Wii U every now and then. Even if I don't really know what to play, I just kind of boot it up and say, oh, you know, let's play Mario Party or something, you know? Yeah. I can tell you love talking just as much as I do. What joke? Tier list. Tier. Anyway. And list is the same word between languages, but anyway, I probably mispronounced that, by the way, but you know, I was kind of going for the English pronunciation. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm really scared of that whole corruption thing happening with my Wii U, so I literally take the time to boot it up every now and then, because I heard that supposedly helps it not happen. I don't really know what causes it, just something about the inactivity seems to flip, what was it, a NAND chip in the memory chip, I think? I'm sorry, a NAND gate thing? A NAND flip. Something. Some sort of like NAND or NOR gate seems to flip in the memory chip, and that's what causes the corruption, from what I read. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I just know a little bit of engineering because I had to take a class for it for my computer science major. Oh my gosh, it's just like the bananas ananas thing. Yeah, true. No. No, don't tell me tier is the word for animal in like every other language. No. No! Don't tell me! I have appeared. Welcome. You made it at like pretty much the end of the stream, kind of. How far is Mario Party 3's soundtrack right now? Oh, okay, we're fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna beat Mario Party 3 out. That's fine. It's a good thing that you boot your Wii U up. Yeah. I tried to do it with my GameCube too, but as far as I'm aware, there isn't some sort of like corruption thing that is known about for the GameCube. But, you know, I also didn't grow up with the GameCube, so I wouldn't know about that stuff anyway. But I try to boot it up too, because I like TTYD and I don't want to lose my ability to play it officially. The way you say ananas, the way I say ananas is how I will pronounce it from now on. You know what? Go for it. I know it's probably like anana or something like that. Or ananas, sorry. I forget S is like just a regular letter for the most part in German. English has corrupted the way I view the letter S. For me, no matter what it is, if S is at the end of a word, it is either because it's plural or it's because it's possessive. So if I see S at the end of a word in German or something like that, it really like throws me off because I'm like, wait a minute. Is that how that is that plural or singular? Even though that's more of a loan word thing as far as I remember, right? Like hobbies or hobbies, something like that. Is that how you would pronounce it? I don't know. I'm not good at speaking with a German accent. Or really speaking German at all. But anyway. Coin shower flower should be in Super F. Nah, I specifically created Super F because of Bash and Cash. None of these minigames are as bad as Bash and Cash is, in my opinion. Bash and Cash is horrid. And anus contains a dirty joke. Oh, anal. Yay. Alright. The funny part is I actually am repairing my Wii U with a modified Nintendo Switch. Really? How do you do that? Alright. Anyway. Let's move on. I don't know what these words mean anymore. It's okay. I never knew what they meant in the first place, even before I started learning other languages. Talking about English, by the way, just to clarify. The only German word I know is 9 figures. It's like the joke word for non-German speakers. Particularly for English speakers, but anyway. Alright, so let's move on. Finally finish this stream off. We've got 5 minigames left to talk about, but these are very special minigames for a particular reason. Because all 5 of these minigames are unused, like, completely. There is data for them in the game, and some of them, one of them is actually complete, pretty much, and another one is mostly complete, just a little bit buggy. But aside from that, you know, there's data for these minigames in the game, but otherwise they are unused because either they could not complete them in time or they just didn't work out super well. 9 is just 9? Yeah, clearly. Yeah, so these are all unused minigames. I actually did not write any notes down about them, so this is going to be 100% improv here, okay? This is also why I kind of saved the list before I moved on, because I can understand people who wouldn't really want to rank these minigames because of the fact that they're unused. And also, you know what? I haven't played any of them because they're unused, and I don't really feel like downloading an emulator and all that and modifying the game to make it possible to access them. Though I will do that at some point because the Mario Party series has some very interesting unused content, and I would love to do a stream on it at some point, I guess. I considered making a video out of it, but I think it would be more fitting if I just waited until I had like Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 done, and then just did a together stream for all 3 of those games, showing the unused minigames and all that stuff. There's some interesting stuff. There's also, the debug menu lists a bunch of names for even more minigames that aren't otherwise referenced on the cutting room floor or on the Mario Wiki, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know if those are also unused minigames, but since we don't really know anything about them aside from their name, I chose not to include them, because these 5 are the ones that we actually know things about. My birthday is my birthday is tomorrow. Celebrate, mortals. Happy early birthday. But anyway, so starting off, we have a minigame called All or Nothing. I'm going to move it up real quick. So you can kind of tell. I'm sorry that I used this screenshot. I just didn't feel like actually trying to dig to get the proper icon from the proper preview icon. So All or Nothing. I want you to just take a look at that. What does that look like to you? We have 3 blocks in a row, and the minigame is called All or Nothing. What is this one called? I'm sorry, what is this one like? What does it remind you of? What does it remind you of that is a thing that is very prominent in Mario Party, but is no longer a minigame? Or at least not one that's registered as being a minigame. I'm sure everyone knows the answer to this, but I'm going to wait anyway. Mostly because I'm stalling for time, so I can look up like the cutting room floor page about these minigames, so I could give better descriptions of them. Because I feel like it's important to describe minigames that I did not get to play. And that most of you do not know about, probably. Alright, so. I will celebrate by going to the cinema. My birthday is on Sunday, so you have a reason to celebrate some more. Yes, it is. Celebrations incoming. Anyway, Yes, it is Chance Time! They repurposed it into being a regular part of Mario Party when before, in early stages of development, it was actually going to be a minigame. Now, I don't think it worked exactly how Chance Time does. It was a little bit different, and I'm going to read off what it says on the cutting room floor. This minigame is called All or Nothing, and the explanation screen appears to be for an early version of Chance Time. Instead of various symbols to transfer stuff between players, however, according to the unused advice text, the blocks featured Mario and Bowser marks, and you had to get the Mario mark to win the game. This minigame was likely removed because it depended too much on luck, although it can be accessed via the debug menu and random play. As can be expected, you are taken to the final version of Chance Time after leaving this screen, although due to the unusual means of access, it is prone to freezing if two players are meant to appear on screen. This minigame can be accessed with the game's code, yada yada yada. Okay, so they talked about the blocks featured Mario and Bowser marks, and you had to get the Mario mark to win the game. They didn't really describe more than that, so I'm not entirely sure how it actually worked. If I had to guess, you had to line up all three of them as Mario marks, maybe, or at least have a majority Mario mark. I don't know. I think it was like you just didn't want to get the Bowser mark. And so, you know, conceptually it seems very similar to Slot Machine. It seems like it would be very similar to Slot Machine, and it was a one-player minigame, but knowing how Chance Time is, well, actually, no, you could time Chance Time, but, you know, chances are this moved way faster, and Chance Time just worked better as its own thing, and just having Slot Machine as its, as a much easier one-player game. So, the way I'm going to put this, it's not necessarily, I mean, it could have depended on luck, but I'm going to say it probably depended more on just high levels of skill, probably, if it was like Chance Time. So, we're going to say, what are you kidding? High F tier. I am not putting All or Nothing, a Chance Time-like game, above F tier. Chance Time is funny. I love Chance Time. But it is such a lucky thing. And also, I can't imagine a whole lot actually came out of it with this version of the game, because this was a minigame, so it was probably just like, oh, you lose 5 coins or you get 10 coins. So, yeah, Slot Machine was just a lot better of a game, if I had to guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would be a high F tier game if it was actually in if it was actually in the final game. Now the next one is surprisingly not called Now Printing. That is just an icon that appears when you try to load up a game that does not have an icon. It's like a placeholder icon. No, what this minigame is called is Tour de Mario. Oh my god, it's Mario Kart Tour. No, I'm kidding. So, called Tour de Mario. In the game, this appears to have been a cycling minigame. The preview icon is a black image with the text Now Printing on it. There's also large Japanese text overlaid across the explanation screen that says Under Construction. It was simply not finished in time, and that's all it is. But I think it... Can it? Yeah, no, you can't really access the minigame, and here's why. It was simply not finished in time. Strangely, starting this minigame takes you to Bumper Ball Maze 1. So, if I had to guess, this was probably... Because the icon on the wiki... Not the wiki. Well, I guess it's kind of a wiki. I don't know. The cutting room floor. The icon on the cutting room floor that shows, like, the character standing on the minigame... on the minigame explanation screen... does show 4 characters standing there. So this wasn't actually like Pedal Power. I was thinking it might have been like Pedal Power, but no. This was a 4-player minigame. So probably Pedal Power, but you're competing against other players. So it probably would have been joystick rotation, but we're really having to make a lot of inferences here, so we don't know for sure. But assuming, considering it's a cycling minigame, and you ride on a cycle in Pedal Power and have to do joystick rotation, I'm going to assume that this was just rotate the joystick as fast as you can in the form of a 4-player minigame, which actually I don't think any of those exist in the final game. So that would have been interesting. But we are going to move Now Printing. We don't know how long it could have gone on for, so I'm not going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it was an easy minigame. For all we know, it could have gone on about as long as Deep Sea Divers. but we don't really know. So I'm going to put it low D tier. Next minigame. This one, this is why I kind of had to look it up, because I don't know anything about this one. Hold on, let me read the chat real quick. Ever seen Tetrabit Gaming? Yeah, they do a lot of unused stuff, don't they? Alright, I will celebrate. Say every reason to celebrate for more. Yeah, okay, what do you want to see? Barbie, have fun then. Thanks. Yeah, slot machines. Okay, I already read all that. Dang, nobody said anything. Crying, sobbing, peeing. Oh well. Okay, so, bungee jump. I know almost nothing about this one because I wasn't really paying attention when I read it on the cutting room floor. Alright, so, in the ROM, one can find the string bungee jump. String, for those who don't know, being the technical term for just like normally typed out words. You know, like you put it in quotations in the code and that's just how it appears in game. Or in whatever program you're making. You know, it's a string of words. But in the ROM, one can find the string bungee jump. However, the explanation screen of this minigame cannot be triggered. The game freezes before it appears. It was most likely cut in the early stages of development. It can be, quote-unquote, accessed, though, through the game start code, through the though the description has been removed, the advice page and controls can be found within all versions, with the controls even being translated to English. Curiously, the Japanese advice page uses... I thought I just heard someone. Curiously, the Japanese advice page uses 5 lines, while the maximum that can fit in Toad's message box is 4. In addition, the word coin is not written in yellow as it is in other minigame descriptions. In the USA ROM, the advice is found at 0xFDA538, and the controls are found at 0xFDE300. The controls are A to jump down, and to stop the fall. The advice, translated, is, the bungee cord can stretch a bit. Press the button when you're right in front of the coin. If your timing is right, you'll get the treasure. So, that minigame actually sounds very similar to one of my favorite minigames. It's a very simple one, but it's one of my favorite minigames from Mario Party DS called... I don't remember what it's called, but you're all like, you all have magnets attached to you, and you're at the top of a blackboard, and the goal is to jump down, and it's basically like a game of chicken, or, well, actually, I don't remember what the game of chicken is, but I'm gonna say it's like a game of chicken. It's whoever presses the A button the lowest down on the board is the winner. I actually have a record of 0.0 meters. I got it on the very bottom pixel, or, well, I don't know. I think it's kind of somewhat lenient, just like past the line. But, you know, it's still strict timing. But anyway, I got a very good record. I like, flipped out on that minigame. But anyway, if I had to guess, if you also waited too long, you would have bounced away and failed the minigame. So, assuming that that is how... Okay, I need to look it up. Sorry, I'm not removing the border. Study Fall! It was called Study Fall. So, assuming it was like Study Fall, I'm going to give it... It's kind of simplistic, honestly, but it's better than a lot of games. We'll say low A tier, honestly. I think it would have been low A tier. I can't say much about unused games. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. It's fine. I can't really say a whole lot about them either. Because they're unused and I haven't played them. But anyway, so these two games, these last two, are very fun. Because these two games can actually be played. Not normally, obviously, but, you know, with proper code and all that, you can actually play these last two minigames, and this one is probably the best one out of them. So, same game. That is the one with the colorful little blocks there. Same game. This minigame is actually fully functional and can be used through the use of can be played through the use of a game start code. It is a one-player game which works just like the actual same game. The tiles are underneath your character, and you ground pound to remove sections. If you manage to clear all the tiles, you can grab the treasure chest underneath. Otherwise, you must go through one of the doors, which nets you a single coin. Use the following game start codes. Okay, never mind. An explanation screen doesn't exist for this minigame, but a preview icon was created for it, which is what I have now. I have a little preview icon for it. But anyway, just so that y'all can see, I'm going to show you. I will remove the borders, I guess. Oh, hey, look, it's me. Can I... Actually, I'm gonna set up a new window capture here. I hope this doesn't lag anything. No, hold on. I'm gonna set a new... We're gonna duplicate this scene. Computer 2. Alright, we're gonna turn the borders off. We're gonna lower this down. All right. Hey, look at that. Can you guys see it? I'm a JoJo fan. Anyway. Actually, no. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to go on TCRF. I'm going to show you guys video of what this minigame looks like. And I'll show you for the other one, too. Alright, so, where is it? Unused minigames? Alright, I hope the sound balance is fine, but here you go. Search history? I am not showing you search history. I don't think there is anything to be ashamed of, but you know. Alright, here we go. So, credits to Nintendo movies for this video. But here you go. I find it kind of weird how it looks like Mario's not actually moving vertically. I don't know what that's about. But whatever. Oh, wait, no, he did move vertically there. I think. Yeah, no, okay, okay. So there are blocks that you jump up on. Yeah, there you go. That's the same game. There you go. Alright, so we go back here. Go back to the other scene. Get our little borders to get those ads out of our faces. God, I hate ads. Wait, what? Why is the thing moved over? Dang it, every time I full screen a YouTube video, it like moves over the capture. Alright, so anyway, same game. I imagine that would have been a very fun game to play. There was a wall behind that door? Yeah. So I think that minigame was actually mostly finished. I'm not really sure why they cut it, but if I had to guess, it's probably because for one player minigame, that's pretty complicated compared to the other ones. But also, that would have probably served better as like an extras minigame, honestly, than something that you play in the middle of a board, because that requires a lot of thinking, and if you're not familiar with same game, you're probably not going to be winning this one. Like, you really have to strategize with that one. So that's probably why it was cut. It probably was just too difficult. But yeah, that one I'm ranking super high up because that looked very fun. We'll put it below Balloon Burst. And now the last minigame, try not to laugh at this name because it has a very fun name. Yoshi's Tongue Meeting. This minigame is partly functional. It can be played. It's partly functional, but still very obviously incomplete. I guess they probably ran out of time or something. Characters sit atop a Yoshi on the left side of the board, unless you are Yoshi, in which case you're just standing there in the same pose as the NPC Yoshis, I guess. You don't have anyone riding you. It's not Yoshi riding a Yoshi, so props for detail. I'll give them that. Each Yoshi has their tongue extended out, and there's a baby wiggler on their... That sounds horrible. I'm sorry. Can you imagine if this game actually existed and you had to, like, describe it to someone? That's what this is for me right now. I'm having to describe this game to you, and I have a mind, for sure, and it thinks things whenever I detect a potential innuendo. But anyway, each Yoshi has a baby wiggler on the end of their tongues, and when the minigame starts, each tongue extends toward the wiggler's mother, and you have to unite them by pressing A at the right moment. So, once again, kind of similar to bungee jump, it's just, you know, you do it horizontally instead of vertically. You're not falling. Too soon, and they won't reunite, and they'll start crying and all that. Too late, and the baby will accidentally kick its mom into the bush. So you have to do it just right, at the right time. So it's not a competition of... I think this would have been a minigame where instead of it being a competition of who got the furthest without failing, I think this minigame would have been there's either, you know, like the number of winners is determined by how many people actually get the timing just right. Like, if nobody got that, it would have been a draw probably, and if multiple people got it, I think they would have both won. I don't remember if that's what happens in the video that I watched, but I think multiple people do win in the video that's on TCRF. I could be wrong though. But anyway, the music and sounds are all broken in this minigame, and there's debug text which shows whether or not you succeeded. Also, as with the same game, no explanation screen exists. Alright, and that's it. So let's go ahead and view real quick. That sounds like something you shouldn't look up on the internet. Yeah, it's called Yoshi's Tongue Meeting, because of course it is. I might be able to see the FNAF movie when it comes out. Ooh, I hope you have fun. But anyway, so moving over to the cutting room floor and switching back to the other thing. Yeah, look at that. It's like slightly off now. There's borders. Ew. Why is OBS like this? But anyway, here's what Yoshi's Tongue Meeting looks like. I'm not judging these games by how unfinished they are, by the way. I'm just judging them by how I think they would have played if there isn't video footage of them. And also, you know, the concept, I guess. Alright, but here you go. Yoshi's Tongue Meeting.
Ready? Go!
Just. Yeah, Mario and Yoshi win. Okay. Oh, wait, what was that? What? I thought... Did my thing glitch there? I thought I saw like a weird little rectangle in the bottom right corner. That was strange. But yeah, one more time. Just so you can see what it looks like again. Because it's kind of quick.
Ready? Go!
And there you go. Did they slap Yoshi? Yeah. Alright, well there you go. That was Yoshi's Tongue Meeting and the last minigame we will be ranking. And I'm not gonna lie, low B tier. Like, ignoring the fact that the game's incomplete, it's just not, like, I do like the detail that Yoshi's not riding another Yoshi. Yoshi just is the Yoshi. But, I don't know, just, like, in general, I think it's just kind of an R. I don't know how strict or lenient the timing is. I guess I'll find out when I, you know, whenever it is I get around to playing beta stuff. Oops, I forgot to switch back to the other computer thing. There you go. Fancy little thing. It's really bothering me. Please just move over. Thank you. There. See? Now it's all even, because we don't have any more minigames to rank, so I can just have it kind of even like that. Alright, but anyway. So, yep, there you go. That is my entire tier list for Mario Party. Yeah, hold on, let me elaborate on Yoshi's Tongue Meeting. It just looks short, and like, oh, if you don't know the timing, you're not gonna get the timing probably, unless it's super lenient. Yoshi riding another Yoshi is kind of sus. Got news for you, you might not like the multiplayer Yoshi games then. But anyway, yeah, so that's gonna be all. I'm gonna save this after the stream ends and post both tier lists on Twitter, as well as, you know, the link to this little tier maker thing. So you can give me your Mario Party tier list opinions if you want to. That's fine. If you want to do that, do it. I think it could be fun. But anyway, yeah, that's. Oh, how long has the music been out? I just noticed. Whoops! I hope the music wasn't overlapping with the videos. Sorry if it was. I wasn't paying attention to that. I forgot I even had music playing. That's what happens when you can't hear it. But yeah. My bad. At least we finished on a good time though. That was almost 4 hours of ranking minigames and just talking non-stop. I'm going to need the soupiest soups from the dining hall after this. But yeah, I don't know. Feel free to rank the minigames for yourself. I'd love to see what you all think. This is my tier list, though, including the unused minigames. You don't have to include them if you don't want. But yeah. I remember the art fight attack you did for me. That one was cool. Who, Linky? But yeah, that's gonna be all. I'm done. I'm tired of talking. My throat needs a break. It feels horrible. I'm not going to be able to do voice impressions on Friday when I have to stream Mario Party 2. But anyway, hey, Friday, Mario Party 2. We're finally going to be starting it. As long as I, like, actually get the rest of my recording stuff set up. I don't even have the Elgato set up right now. I literally just had to rush enough to set up my microphone and everything for this. But yeah, I'll make sure to get my everything else, like the Wii U and the GameCube and everything I haven't unpacked yet. I'll make sure to get all that set up before Mario Party 2 day. But yeah, Mario Party 2 is gonna be fun. Dude, imagine if I played each of these mini games before ranking them. This would be like a 7-hour stream. Jesus Christ. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Sorry for filling your ears with my scratchier and scratchier voice as the stream went on. But thank you for being here. And remember, don't be like Bowser's Bash and Cash. Don't be a super F. Or do be a super F. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Good night. I'm tired. Oh. I wonder if anyone's going to actually sit here and watch this full thing afterward. Probably not. They're probably just going to skip to the end. Calling you out, Steven. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Bye. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I actually really appreciate it. I don't understand why I got such a huge viewing on this stream in particular, but thank you. Bye-bye. See you next time.